7 feet above sea level. So it's going to be more of a pitcher's park. The ball's not going to fly like you see in Mexico City.
But the weather is nice, about 70 degrees, partly sunny as we get ready to start this game. We'll try to give you the starting lineups as we go along. There you see the names of the umpires. Delphin Colon is the home plate umpire and the crew chief for this game behind home plate. But let's talk a little bit about the series, Jeff, before we get started. 5 teams taking part, including these two, the DR and Venezuela. Puerto Rico hosts Mexico, and also this year a team from Japan.
Yeah, a small little Caribbean island that they adopted. They got invited last year. It was 7 teams. This year, 5. You always are going to have Mexico, Dominican, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico. They're always in it. The towns will fight all the way into the Winter League, and then they play in the championship. Actually, Venezuela, the Cardenales de Lara, it was a team that I played for way back in 1993. Luis Sojo, I think, has something to do. I think he might be the president or the GM of that team. He actually was playing on that team in Lara. And then you have the Dominican Republic. Last year was exciting. This year, I'm sure we're going to see the same.
Yes, these two teams met for the championship last year when the Caribbean Series was held in Miami at Lone Depot Park. We were both there for that. And Venezuela won the championship 3-0. For that game, there was a crowd of 36,677. A little bit less of a crowd here for this one. It's in the afternoon at 1:30 in Mexicali. But it's going to be great baseball. We're so happy to have you here with us.
It is, and for everybody used to the Major League rules, it is Major League rules, but there isn't any pitch clock. If it goes into extra innings, it will be that runner at second, so everybody's going to see Major League Baseball. I mean, you'll have players like Robinson Cano, he's in his 40s. You'll have lifers that play winter ball and has never seen a big league team or never even seen a big league stadium. Last year, a lot of them were the first time they ever set foot on a Major League Stadium there in Miami. You'll get youngsters that haven't had a contract with an organization trying to impress someone here during this Caribbean Series to try to get signed by a Major League team.
Not only will you recognize some names on the field, you're sure going to recognize names in the dugout. The manager of each team has a World Series ring. There's Henry Blanco, the manager of Venezuela. He won a World Series with the Cubs in 2016. The guy in the other dugout is going to be in the Hall of Fame one of these days.
Future Hall of Famer Albert Pujols, and it'd be interesting if he's managing winter ball. Then I'm sure that he has some aspirations to try to get and manage at the big league level. He's got an incredible talent. Obviously, one of the best hitters in the game. He's done a great job here with the Cardenales.
Yes, Albert's team wasn't that great during the regular season. The Leones del Escondido,
yes.
They were only 24-25, but they made it in. They snuck into the round robin in the playoffs and came out the other side as champions, and here they are.
The season starts a little after September, around the beginning of October, and it'll last a couple months. A lot of times you'll get a lot of the big league players that'll come, and they'll start in December just to get ready for spring training. And they probably usually don't play in this. We did have some last year. You'll have one, Ali Sanchez, is a catcher for the Dominican Republic, or actually Venezuela. He played in Miami last year for a little bit. So you'll see a lot of great baseball, and this is going to be exciting, and this is going to kick it off. We're just waiting for them to take the field now.
Yes, we are. So much to talk about, though, as we get ready for this series. There you see Robinson Cano on your screen with the shades on, with a big smile on his face, getting ready for this one. He's good friends with Albert Pujols, I understand, so it's pretty cool that they get together for a game like this. Francisco Mejia is the catcher. You see him walk into the dugout. Tampa Rays fans will recognize that name, as he had a couple of successful seasons in Tampa Bay. But there you see the stadium. Nice-looking ballpark in Mexicali. They renovated it, spent a lot of money getting this ready for the Caribbean Series. They have a fan fest outside. There's Ferris wheels, rides for the kids. This is an event for this city.
Yeah, and I'm sure the night game when Mexico plays, this place will be packed and sold out. It's exciting baseball. The fans really get into it. I played in Winter League 2 years, in 91 and 93. The fans are so passionate about their players. You look at Venezuela and you look at Dominican, they'll have that Winter League, and each city will have a team, and then at the end they'll compete to see who plays in this Caribbean Series.
And this series maybe got a little more juice than some of the other ones going in, because a big home run went viral in Game 7 of the Dominican Republic Championship when Junior Caminero hit one about 430 feet, broke the scoreboard, and took about a minute and a half to get around the bases. Everybody was showing that.
You know, I was asked about how do you feel about bat flips. You know what? If you give it up, enjoy it. You know, I always like the passion and the guys that show it on the field. You know what? If you're a pitcher and you pump your fist for a strikeout or you show some emotion on the mound, you got to expect it at the plate. I saw that. Unfortunately, Caminero will not be in this series. You know, maybe the Rays said, hey, that's enough. Spring training's right around the corner. He's a big part of their future. We'll see him at the big league level. Unfortunately, it won't be at the Tropicana Dome. It will be at George M. Steinbrenner Field there in Tampa. It's a minor league facility and also the spring training of the Yankees. So I'm sure a lot of Tampa fans will go over there and watch him this year. So he's going to be exciting just to watch during the season. Unfortunately, not here. I wish I would have seen him. I would have liked to have seen another home run that he hit during the championship game.
I'd like to see another celebration like that. And we could. These teams are so passionate about it. We've seen a lot of excitement from each of these teams. There you see Albert Pujols on the right of your screen for a moment there. And there's the crowd. This is a party. This isn't just a baseball game. These fans get into it. The music is going. It's just a festive atmosphere at the ballpark and a lot of fun.
Yeah, they're well represented by their fan base, and you'll see all the fans that wear the different uniforms, the different hats, the masks. Mexico come out with the masks out in the stands, and you look at the ballpark right there. It's absolutely beautiful.
Yep. Got a perfect day for baseball. I miss baseball. I don't know about you, Jeff. The fact that we have a big game here on national television, and it's not even February yet.
No, we had it last year in Miami, and all of a sudden, here we go. We were starting out the season, and I think Major League spring training starts February 11th. I know a lot of teams, that's really early, right before Valentine's Day. Usually it's a little bit after Valentine's Day, but with the season starting at the end of March, I think March 27th is opening day. So it's right around the corner. Right now, we've got to wait for the Super Bowl. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs are about to three-peat. The last team that three-peated in a sport was the New York Yankees.
You were part of that team.
2000, yes.
You were part of that team.
So I think I might have to root for Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs to see if they get it done. First time ever in the NFL if that happens.
I don't think you should root for that. you want to, how the Dolphins players that with the 17-0, they don't want anybody to catch their record.
No, I know, and it doesn't matter. This is a different sport.
I got you.
Football's a different sport. Who cares?
We got a brief look there while we were talking a little football of Brooks Hall walking out. He's the starting pitcher in this game for the Dominican Republic. Max Castillo will start for Venezuela. You're probably thinking, Brooks Hall, he doesn't sound Dominican. Well, he's not. He's from South Carolina. But he's a fine pitcher, big guy, 6'5", and the Dominican Republic is giving him the ball here in the first game of the series.
Well, this is what's changed a little bit with the winter leagues. When it used to go way back, you wouldn't see a 34-year-old like Brooks Hall play in a winter league or even in a World Series or in this Caribbean series. Usually you see a lot of youngsters. But now that you have the Arizona Fall League and such, you'll see guys like Brooks Hall, a minor league lifer. He spent 10 years in the minor leagues, got as high as AAA.
So Hall on the mound for the DR. Venezuela, the visiting team for this contest, will come up to bat first. And as you look at Hall, out of South Carolina, signed for $700,000 out of high school. He had a scholarship waiting for him at the University of South Carolina and said, I think I'll take the cash. And
fourth-round pick for the Brewers back in 2009. Got as high as AAA, like I mentioned. He never played in the big leagues. He's played 4 seasons of foreign baseball, a lot in the Winter League. And you never know. 34 years old, you absolutely love the passion of these guys. You have to rip the uniform off. This is just a perfect example of someone that absolutely loves the game and still has hopes at 34 years old that maybe he could crack a roster or maybe help someone in their rotation or even in the bullpen.
Due up for Venezuela here in the top of the first inning will be Ildemaro Vargas, followed by Gorkis Hernandez and Alexi Amarista. Vargas most famously played with the Washington Nationals. Very popular player there. Davey Martinez loved him. One of those great clubhouse guys. And here he is coming to the plate to get things started for the 2025 Caribbean Series. So glad you're with us here. Beautiful day for baseball. Probably not where you are watching around the country. And here we go. Ball pours in a strike to Vargas. No balls and 1 strike to start this game off. Oh, and 2.
Hall's got a good fastball. He's got a changeup, curveball, slider. He's a strike thrower.
Popped it up. Easy play for Robinson Cano. 1 away. He's one of those guys too, right? Cano doesn't want to take the uniform off, and he had a great season too. He's not here just for his name.
And it seems like he's never lost a step. He still has that great swing. He still has that ability to cover a lot of ground at his age at second base.
Here's Gorkis Hernandez swinging a miss, strike 1.
And the one thing you can notice right away, in the major leagues, you'll see pitchers and catchers, they have pitch comp. And there's no signs given by the catcher. They don't have that in the Winter League. They'll go traditional signs.
You couldn't check his swing there, 0-2. You see anything you like yet out of Hall?
Well, 5 pitches, 5 strikes.
Can't do much better, can you? Make it 6 for 6, struck him out. 2 away.
Now, good breaking ball down and away, expanding that zone. And you see this pitch. Look at the catcher, Mejia, how far he gets on that outside part of the plate. And that's a great idea. Once you throw that slider 0-1 and you see that swing or the check swing from the hitter, you might as well go back to that pitch and maybe expand just a little bit more. And that's exactly what Hall did.
Now here's the right fielder, Alexi Amarista. What a playoff round he had for Venezuela, helping lead his team here. What a Caribbean Series he had last year. Hit over 400 in the Caribbean Series last year. Made the all-tournament team. He was on that championship one, managed by Ozzie Guillen a year ago. 2-0 to count to him. That one's popped up and out of play. Not a big guy. He was always considered to be too small when he was coming out, trying to make it in professional baseball. 5'7", 5'8", but that didn't stop Jose Altuve, did it? Another strike, 2-2. This guy paints the corners, Hall.
Yeah, good pitch inside. I like how he's coming inside on these hitters for Venezuela. It's be a great chance to throw something down and away, maybe a little two-seamer.
Line drive, right field, just foul.
Yeah, a lot of times you got to watch coming inside and doubling up. Once you come in there for a strike, you would love to see, okay, let's expand the zone, maybe a little two-seamer down and away, because then you have that hitter aware. Once you come in, you have that hitter immediately aware of that inside pitch.
That one gets away, 3-2. Amarista, I talked about how well he did in the postseason this year. In the round robin of the grand finale of the Venezuela Winter League, he hit .356 with 9 doubles, 14 runs scored. Rips that one through the hole for a base hit. First hit of the game, first hit of the 2025 Caribbean Series to Alexi Amarista.
I got a 3-2 fastball upstairs, and there you see he just got on top of that baseball and punched it right in that hole past the second baseman. Another look, a little fastball upstairs. Could have been ball 4.
He'll take the hit. And here is Rangel Ravello. First baseman. He's got some pop. Ravello's 32 years old, born in Havana, Cuba. Former 6th-round draft pick of the Chicago White Sox. Interestingly, he went to high school at Hialeah High in South Florida. Hit hard on the grounds at third, and they'll get out of the inning. Scoreless.
What Tractor Supply customers experience is personalized service made possible by T-Mobile for Business. With T-Mobile's reliable 5G business internet, employees get the information they need instantly. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
Nobody likes a cracked windshield. But at least you can go to safelight.com and schedule a fix in minutes. Go to safelight.com and schedule a replacement today.
Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal. With a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae. You get an honest-to-goodness full meal, all for just $7 at DQ.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
Get connected to all the breaking news.
I think the market is really going to fly.
The analysts of MLB Tonight keep you connected with all things baseball during the offseason.
This is landscape changing.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together.
Together.
Together. Together.
Metrics show he's got one of the best fastballs.
He has one of the highest sprint speeds in baseball.
Boy, does he bring something different to the game.
Don't miss the StatCast Best of the Season show, Saturday at 7 Eastern.
Solving baseball's offseason is a tough case to crack.
We got a lot of work to do.
As the free agency frenzy continues, Matt and Harold are on the case. Hot Stove, weekday mornings 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
El estado de Baja California se informa que presenta a la caja de bateo número 4, Gustavo Núñez, para dar el corto de República Dominicana.
Back in Mexicali at the Caribbean Series 2025. Here's the starting lineup for the Dominican Republic. Núñez, Brito, and Cano at the top. Navarro, Marmolejos, and Mejia in the middle. Lake Adames Liberto rounded out. Here's your leadoff hitter, Gustavo Núñez, facing Max Castillo, the starting pitcher for Venezuela.
Yeah, Castillo, a little two-seamer, change-up, also a big curveball. Spent 2 years in the major leagues. He's 25 years old. Last year was in AAA. Philadelphia, 21 big league games. 7 games with Kansas City in 2023.
Núñez takes a strike. Interesting story about him. Núñez hit the game-tying home run in the Dominican playoffs in Game 6 to force a Game 7 against Albert Pujols' team. Thanks for the take. Pujols checked his bat. He thought it might be corked. They held the bat. It turned out clean. And then Pujols took Núñez as a reinforcement. No bad blood, apparently, after all that.
I guess not.
3-2 the count to him. Hey, if he's a good bat, you want him in your lineup. But he's not a power hitter, and he launched one to tie the game in Game 6 of that series. He launches this one as well, but it's not going to go quite as far. It's popped up to the shortstop, and the catch is made by Garcia there. One away. Yeah, there was some question of what might happen if that bat did come up court because it tied the game in Game 6. And they would have moved on, but they moved on anyway. There's the defensive alignment. Perez, Garcia, Vargas, and Ravello around the infield. Rondon, Hernandez, and Amarista in the outfield. The battery is Sanchez with Castillo. No balls and one strike. The batter now, Socrates Brito. The 0-1 to him. 0-2. In case you're wondering, yes, he was named after the Greek philosopher. I had to do the research on that, Nelly.
Oh, so you can outthink you.
0-2, a little looper. That's a base hit to left field. First hit of the game for the Dominican Republic is a single from Socrates Brito.
I got a fastball there. See Sanchez where he holds that glove up, and it was up. And a lot of times when it's up, it's a little bit easier if you don't have that 95 to 98 upstairs to be able to handle and punch it in the outfield. Fastball upstairs around the letters, just hits it into left for a base hit.
And he gets the board for none other than Robinson Cano. Former Yankee and Seattle Mariner, all-star in the majors. Cashed some big checks up there, too. And now plays for love of the game. One 1-0 pitch from Castillo. A little low.
42 years old, Robinson Cano.
You can still rake. Look at those numbers. 353 on base percentage, nearly 400 during the season. Chops this one. Third baseman makes the play. Hernandez around the diamond and in time. Cano hits into the double play, and that'll do it. Back to Mexicali after this.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I going to feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
Thinking of updating my kitchen? Yeah. Yes. This year, we are finally updating our kitchen. Doing subway tile and an ivory or eggshell. Cream, maybe bone. Don't get me started on quartz. Big island. You ever heard of a waterfall counter?
For everyone who talks about doing that thing,
over there,
but never does that thing,
sweet little breakfast nook.
Chase has financial guidance.
See how you can start saving to make this happen.
Really?
Really?
Really.
At home or in
You
person.
could also check out a Chase Money Skills workshop.
That's guidance from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. Try Pronamel mouthwash.
Girl, I've been so lost, it's like I've been mapless. I know you've not moved on, you just cut your hair. Yeah.
Dreams begin here. Welcome to the Good Night Club.
The Caribbean Series continues on MLB Network.
And listen to this crowd.
See which nation has what it takes to claim winter ball's international crown. Puerto Rico, Mexico, tonight 11 Eastern, live on MLB Network.
We are back at El Nido de los Águilas in Mexicali, Mexico. The Eagles' Nest for Caribbean Series 2025. And to start the top of the second, we've got a ground ball to third base and an easy out. Jose Rondon grounds out. Adames across the diamond to Navarro, and we have one away. Another look at that one.
Yeah, nice play by Adames. You see this short hop. He has to charge this ball, and then he gets that grip, fumbles around a little bit in the glove. Nice throw across the diamond. There you see that. You got to come in. You can't let that ball play you. If you stay back on that baseball, that's a infield hit right there. But great job by Adames, the third baseman.
So we have one away. Donry Vasquez now the batter, facing Brooks Hall.
You know, Doug, it was interesting in that bottom of the first. You don't normally see a 5-6-3 double play. They had Cano to pull, so the shortstop Garcia for the Dominican, or actually Venezuela, was playing more up the middle, so it was an easier play for him to cover second than it was for the second baseman Vargas to get over there.
So 5-6-3 if you're scoring at home.
Yeah.
I got to fix my scorebook. 1-1 the count to Vasquez. Ooh, I don't know where that was. Just missed. 2-1. Here's Cano. Hit hard. Foul ball. Navarro couldn't make a play on it. Fortunately for the Dominican Republic, it missed the chalk. So it's 2-2.
And I'll tell you what, I can't wait for a break in the game to play that music. And they'll stop it like right at the last minute when the pitcher gets in his lineup. Just foul.
Hit that way again, and this time it's right at the first baseman, Navarro. 2 down. Now batting for Venezuela, third baseman Hernan Perez, former major leaguer. Had quite a distinguished career in the bigs. He also made the all-tournament team last year at the Caribbean Series in Miami. Takes the first pitch for a strike. One and one. Interestingly, last year, Nelly, Perez stole 4 bases in the Caribbean Series. Doesn't look like a base stealer. He's a rugged third baseman. But he won a championship and was on the all-tournament team last year. Another look at Cano at second base. He'd love to bring that back to the DR.
He's got a little gray in the beard now, I guess so, at 42.
I imagine when you get his age with all that experience, you relish it a little bit when you get a little gray in the beard. 1-2, hit on the ground to second base, and there's Robbie Cano. Throws him out. Quick inning in the top of the second. 1-2-3 for Brooks Hall. We'll be back to Mexico.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is still available with the Big Smasher Burger, and it's still just $10.99. So if it's all this or a drive-through, come on, it ain't rocket surgery, it's Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
My kids can't hide anything from me. I'm home. Especially when they've been using toilet paper that doesn't hold up.
New Charmin Ultra Strong has a diamond weave texture that's more durable and it cleans better, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Protect against RSV with Arexvy. Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain. Arexvy is #1 in RSV vaccine shots. RSV? Make it Arexvy.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
Since its inception, the Boys and Girls Clubs have been more than a fun place for kids to go after school. For some, it's been a second home where they can learn, play, and grow. Thanks to the partnership between Major League Baseball and Boys and Girls Clubs, children of all backgrounds have access to safe spaces. All right, let's go take a selfie. MLB Together and the Boys and Girls Clubs of America, empowering children and building futures. Bring it in.
King, Kyle, Quan, and Kirby. Players 80 through 61 on the top 100 feature plenty of Ks. Also on the list, plenty of Ks. The top 100 players right now, Tuesday, only on MLB Network.
Max Castillo back on the mound for Venezuela as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Castillo, a former major leaguer. Coming up, he was always a big guy, right? I mean, you can see now he's not very slender. They nicknamed him La Papa. That doesn't mean the father. It means the potato.
The potato.
I don't know if that's flattering, but I guess he embraced it. He didn't mind too much. There's a pop-up over on the right side of the infield. Easy catch made there by Navarro, one away. Castillo pitched last season in the Philadelphia Phillies organization. Pitch is low. He split time between the Reading Fighting Phils and the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs. Here's the 1-0. Hit on the ground to short. Garcia to Ravello. 2 down. Both pitchers acquitting themselves very well here in the early going.
Yeah, keeping the ball down. Neither one, the Hall or Castillo, have overpowering fastballs. That's when you really have to concentrate on throwing strikes, move the ball in and out, get some good sink on that two-seamer, utilize that changeup.
It's back? At Denny's, the 2468 value menu is back. Come save on your favorite classics and slamming breakfasts.
It's back.
The 2468 value menu is back for a limited time, only at Denny's.
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are back in Mexicali and just in time to see a base hit from Francisco Mejia as he rips a single into left field.
It just goes the other way. Here you see the third baseman Perez playing more towards the shortstop, expecting Mejia to pull the ball, and he punches it down the third base line. 2-out base hit.
Keeps the line moving for Junior Lake. Another name familiar to Major League Baseball fans. He had some time in the major leagues with the Chicago Cubs mainly. Always had the tools, just couldn't get quite over the hump on the major league level. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitches outside 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Check to first. Runners back in time.
Well, the one thing you have to love is, like, you look at Lake and Robinson Cano and some of the players that have played in the big leagues and are older, may not get that chance for a minor league team or even get back to an affiliated organization. Just the opportunity for them to play again.
Little number back to the mound. Castillo had trouble for a moment, but is able to make the play and get out of the inning. So we played 2 at the Eagles Nest in Mexicali. We'll be back after this.
At Grainger, we know dealing with the unexpected is part of your job description. And you made a promise to keep the line running, to power through the downpour, to be the one who always gets it done. And our promise is to help you do it with professional-grade supplies for every industry, plus same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Because you can't predict the future, but with the right partner, you can be prepared for it. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Are your headlights cloudy and oxidized, making your car look bad? Are they underperforming when you need them most? Cerakote's Headlight Restoration Kit restores weathered headlights back to like new and keeps them that way for life. Stop wasting your time with solutions that don't last. Cerakote's kit includes everything you need to go from this to this. Simply wipe away oxidation, give them a light sanding, and apply the ceramic coating. That's it. The True Ceramic technology does the rest. Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
Eli, looks like we're running low on slider rolls.
Don't worry. I invited my team, too.
Your team?
Looks like Eli saved Slider Sunday.
Again.
King's Hawaiian Slider Sunday.
The only way to Sunday.
All yours.
How do you sleep at night?
On a mattress from Mattress Firm. They have a low price guarantee, so I sleep.
Get matched at Mattress Firm? Sleep at night.
Live baseball is back as the Caribbean Series returns to MLB Network.
Listen to this crowd.
Follow the action from all 14 games live as 5 nations battle for Winter Ball's international crown. It's tournament time on MLB Network.
Venezuela wins the 2024 Caribbean Series.
2025 Caribbean Series continues on MLB Network.
In Mexicali, we head to the top of the third inning. Venezuela taking on the Dominican Republic in the Caribbean Series 2025, the first game of it. I'm Doug Wright, along with Jeff Nelson, the 4-time World Series winner, bringing you the action. Glad you're with us. Beautiful day for baseball in late January. Ali Sanchez leads off the inning for Venezuela, the catcher. And he's facing Brooks Hall still on the mound as a starting pitcher for the DR.
You know, here's a good example with Ali Sanchez. Got some time last year with the Marlins behind the plate. Really did a nice job in the opportunities that he had. Real good catcher. The offense was always a question mark with him, but behind the plate, he was always a good framer, called a really nice game, and another opportunity for him to continue playing. Being a backup, you want to try to get as much time as you can, whether you're behind the plate or at bat, to get ready for spring training. These guys will have about a couple weeks off before they report, if they are with an affiliated team, to big league camp.
Easy fly ball to right field, hauled in by Socrates Brito, 1 away. Now, Sanchez signed with the Toronto Blue Jays organization back in December, so he'll report to camp in Dunedin. One of the younger guys trying to get the extra work and get ready for spring, as you mentioned. Brito, by the way, who just made that catch, made a more difficult catch for the final out in the Dominican Game 7. We saw the hysteria of the home run by Caminero, but the game wasn't over after that. It went to the bottom of the ninth. The Tigres had 2 runners on, and he had to make a sliding catch in right to save the game. It got a little embarrassing for the other team if you celebrate like that and don't pull out the win. Here's a little looper into right. That's a base hit. Garcia gets aboard with 1 out. And we'll flip the order over, and Ildemaro Vargas will be the batter.
Well, you see Garcia here. This is a slider down and away. He's out on his front foot, but he kept his hands back. Didn't take that big swing, a little looper into right field. He'll take it. That's a line drive in the book.
That's what he'll tell his friends who weren't watching. Dives back in safely.
Well, the game going the way it is, a lot of strikes from both sides, not a whole lot of action on the bases. You'll wonder if Garcia maybe got banged up a little bit with the dive back to first. Well, each team wants to get runners on. Will they try to make something happen on the base pass? We're going to see if Garcia tries to swipe the bag, maybe get a little bit bigger lead. Now, remember, this is the big league rules, so you still have those disengagements.
Looks like they're trying to straighten that out right now. There's Albert Pujols, the manager of this Dominican Republic team. The way he got his 500 club into the Caribbean Series is a great testament of how he could be as a major league manager. He had a lot of patience with his team, from what I've read. Never lost confidence in them. And here they are in the Caribbean Series. Another one skied in the air. Left field. Lake makes the grab. Runner will have to hold at first base, 2 away.
Yeah, you saw Garcia there. He did attempt to try to make something happen. He was going on the pitch. If you're the hitter, Vargas, you would have loved to see if he could try to swipe second to get into scoring position instead of swinging early.
Gorkis Hernandez now the batter. He struck out in his first at-bat. He last played in the majors with the Boston Red Sox in the 2018 season. He's got a little pop, 20 major league home runs, and here's what you were talking about, Nelly.
Ooh, I'll tell you what, that was pretty close there. They might have got him right on that right shoulder.
Maybe they were trying to move him up. Here's Hernandez. 1-0.
You can see Hall's frustration. That was a good pitch down. I didn't think it was too low. I thought it was right around the knees. That could have been called a strike.
There's one. It's 1-1. Here's an interesting note about Gorkis Hernandez, Nelly. The Pirates traded him to the Marlins back in 2012 for a guy you know pretty well, Gabby Sanchez.
Ah, how about that? Well,
you work with on your Marlins broadcast during this season.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're Hall out there and then you go back to the time you faced Hernandez in the first inning, 2 really bad breaking balls that he check swung for that strikeout, I would not give him a fastball at all. I would stay with that breaking ball down and away and see if you can get another strikeout to end this inning.
He gets a ground ball up the middle. Nice play, but the flip isn't a nice one. Nunez could not make the toss over to Cano, and now we have 2 on and 2 outs.
Yeah, that might go down as a base hit. Again, I'm just thinking, why give him a fastball to hit when he looks so bad on that breaking ball in that first at-bat in the first inning? And you give him a fastball that he's able to punch up. There you see Nunez just had a really hard time of getting it out of his glove. It might have been a really close play at second anyway. Garcia runs well.
Yeah, I think he would have been safe. That should be a hit. But now there's 2 on, 2 outs, and arguably the best overall hitter in this Venezuela lineup, Alexi Amarista, coming up to the plate. He had a single in his first at-bat. Foul away.
Well, Garcia's got a big lead at second. Now, if you're going to try to swipe third, you better make sure that you can get in there safely. You do not want to make that third out at third.
Pretty gaudy numbers during the season in the Winter League. 336 batting average. He's the guy they want up there in this spot. Brooks Hall trying to work his way out of the jam for the Dominican Republic. The 0-2. Fouled away.
Well, nice idea going upstairs with that fastball. Let's see if he changes that eye level and goes with breaking ball down.
Biggest spot in this game so far. 2 on, 2 outs, 0-2. The pitch from Hall. Missed inside, 1-2. I mentioned earlier, Amarista was on the championship team from a year ago in Miami. Hit .447 in the Caribbean Series last year. Low 1-2. Hit sharply towards short, but Nunez is going to make this play himself. And the Dominican Republic gets out of the jam. 2.5 done in Mexicali. We are still scoreless.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly.
deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Hi, I sell deodorant for a living, but not just any deodorant. The whole body deodorant designed just for guys. Mando whole body deodorant is clinically proven to block odor all day and control it for 72 hours. Plus, it was invented by a doctor right here in the USA. What's Mando's secret? It paralyzes odor-causing bacteria. You stop bacteria, you stop odor before it starts. Now get this. Because our deodorants are free from any harsh chemicals, they work safely anywhere on your body. New customers get 30% off at shopmando.com.
Solving baseball's offseason is a tough case to crack.
We got a lot of work to do.
As the free agency frenzy continues, Matt and Harold are on the case. Hot Stove, weekday mornings, 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host a local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
Get connected to all the breaking news.
I think the market is really going to fly.
The analysts of MLB Tonight keep you connected with all things baseball during the offseason.
This is landscape changing.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Bottom of the third inning of a scoreless game at the Caribbean Series 2025, the opening game of it. Christian Adames will lead things off for the Dominican Republic. They have been held to just 2 hits, 2 singles so far by the starting pitcher of Venezuela, Max Castillo. 1 hopper to short. Garcia to Ravello, just in time. 1 away.
Now, that was a really close play. And a tough play by Garcia at shortstop. Adames runs well. He had to hurry that throw over to first to get that first out.
Here's Luis Liberato playing center field, the 9-hole hitter for the Dominican Republic here today. There's a strike. Both pitchers, Jeff, working quickly and throwing strikes.
Yeah, and nowadays, I think over the last, I would say maybe 8 to 10 years, you see a lot of pitchers cut down on the big windups. You see a lot of abbreviated windups. So you look at Castillo there. He sets up like in the stretch position. He'll move that left foot back, and that just eliminates a lot of moving parts, a little bit more consistent in the mechanics, a little bit more consistent in throwing strikes.
That one missed inside. It's 1-2, the count.
They'll teach that in the minor leagues. You very rarely see both feet on the rubber and you get the old-time wind-up. You see a lot with that foot already planted in that hole by the rubber when they don't move it.
Fly ball into right field. Amarista makes the easy play. 2 down. Castillo's also been pretty efficient with only 21 pitches thrown here. We're in the bottom of the third.
A lot of early count swingers, and that's winter ball for you. You know, you don't walk your way off the island. You swing your way off. You don't see a lot of Latin American ball players with a lot of walks. You know, they're swinging right from the on-deck circle.
Back to the top of the order in Gustavo Nunez. 0 for 1 in the game. Good numbers from the Winter League this year. One of those reinforcement guys. He was on the Tigres del Licey that lost in the championship, but was invited aboard to join the team.
Yeah, I think you can add about 2 or 3 guys once you get into the Caribbean Series. Yep. You can add a few players from other teams around, like say Venezuela or Dominican.
Yep. Well, he's a good one. He had a clutch home run in Game 6 to keep Licey alive. A 2-run shot and forced 13 innings in that game before it finally ended. And forced the Game 7. 2-1. It's not just a baseball game, Nelly, it's a dance party. Here's the 2-1.
No, they can't wait to play that music. As soon as there's dead space, they're pumping it. And as soon as that pitcher gets ready to go in his windup, and then that's when they end that song.
The 3-1. Popped them up. Second baseman Vargas under it. Makes the grab. We are still scoreless. We've played 3. At the Eagles next in Mexicali. We'll be back after this.
What Tractor Supply customers experience is personalized service made possible by T-Mobile for Business. With T-Mobile's reliable 5G business internet, employees get the information they need instantly. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
We went with the website nuts.com because nuts and dried fruit and pretzels and trail mix and gummies and chocolate and espresso beans and malted milk balls and crackers and popcorn and sesame sticks and veggie chips and energy squares and fudge and jelly beans and seeds and rock candy and saltwater taffy and dried berries and fruit leather and bars and jerky and so much more .com was already taken. Get 20% off and free shipping on your first order at nuts.com. Yes, we have more than nuts, but still the website is just nuts.com.
The dentist will be right in.
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Yeah, Doc, but there's so much to consider. Medicare, finances. Oh, and I lose my dental insurance.
You can get your own from Physicians Mutual. Easiest decision ever. It's real dental insurance that's real affordable. Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
Hey, I heard you're retiring soon. You excited?
Get the Premier Dental Plan from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company, one of the easiest retirement decisions you can make. For a free information kit, call now. It helps cover over 400 procedures, everything from cleanings and fillings to crowns and dentures. See any dentist you want with no deductibles and no annual maximum.
Well, I think my work here is done.
Wait, what?
The Premier Plan from Physicians Mutual. Call or visit sendinfokit.com for all the details.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Grandpa and I used to work on this together, and when I'm gone, I want you to have it.
Doesn't count. What you need is a will, something you can sign and make official. Start your will at trustandwill.com and make it count.
Vegas in Mexicali, Mexico. The Eagles Nest for Caribbean Series 2025, Game 1 of the series between the two teams that played for the championship last year, Venezuela and the Dominican Republic. We start the 4th inning. Venezuela with its 4, 5, and 6 hitters coming up. Rangel Ravello leading it off. Took a strike, and there's a ball just a bit outside. Had to say that for the late, great Bob Uecker, right?
What a sad news. You know, every time you go to Milwaukee, I always went into the radio booth and sat there and talked to him.
Ravello hits one in the air to left. Easy play for Lake.
An amazing person. His voice was incredible and definitely will be missed.
Por cortesía de Garrett Motion nos informa.
I'm glad we had a chance to speak with him. This is the first live televised baseball game since he passed away, and it's hard not to think about him and how iconic he was, not only in just Major League Baseball and the movies, television.
Mr. Belvedere.
Yeah. Frequent guest with Johnny Carson.
Miller Lite commercials. Oh, he was the greatest.
Big swing on that one. Strike 2. Jose Rondon was swinging for the fences, but missed it. Here's the 0-2. In the dirt, 1-2. Hall's been pretty efficient as well. Only 38 pitches out of him.
Yeah, he has.
Top of the 4th.
He's done a nice job. And there you see Mejia. If you watch him give the signs, and Major League Baseball, they have the pitch com, so the catchers don't give the traditional signs like they used to.
Popped him up. Middle of the infield. Who's going to call it? The shortstop, Nunez, crosses in front of Cano, who kind of gives him a look. We'll share a laugh about it, it looks like. Although Robbie's still keeping a straight face for now.
Wow. The young player stepping in on the veteran.
They're having some fun with that one. 2 down. That's my side of the infield, young kid. Not that Nunez is that young, but compared to Robbie, he is. Here's Danry Vasquez. Oh, we got a hold of that one to right field, but not deep enough. The ball really doesn't carry tremendously well here. Easy catch made out there by Socrates Brito. And we have a 1-2-3 inning. Back to Mexicali.
The booking app I used didn't have Agent Force, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside or know what I like to eat, which is not that.
What's up, my brother? Oh, hey, bud. We really needed this rain, right?
Agent Force helps restaurants prevent dining disasters.
Paddle on over.
It's what AI was meant to be.
We got you, brother.
Want your car's paint to look like this? Well, now it can with Cerakote's #1 selling rapid ceramic paint sealer. Seal and protect your paint with unbelievable gloss, shine, and slickness in less than 30 minutes. Simply spray it on and lightly buff it with the included microfiber towels. Look at the rich gloss with endless depth and mirror-like shine.
You can hear it. This side over here has clearly been treated, just rolls right off. This side, not so much.
This is very nice. And it took you how long to apply it? Like 10 minutes? And then it just sets? Wow, and it looks much healthier too. That's very nice.
Look at the difference with Cerakote's true hydrophobic ceramic technology. Water just blows right off. The level of gloss and slickness is unbelievable. With over 40,000 five-star reviews, Cerakote is guaranteed to be the glossiest, slickest, and easiest to apply paint sealant you have ever used. Buy any of Cerakote's ceramic products for under $20 today.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. Try Pronamel mouthwash.
Back at El Nido de los Aguilas for the Caribbean Series. We head to the bottom of the fourth and the heart of the order for the Dominican Republic. Starts out with this guy, the two-hitter, Socrates Brito. Had a great winter, 368 batting average. Had a great season in Korea in 2024, as he takes that pitch for 2-0. He won the Korea Series, or the Korean Series at least, with the Kia Tigers. And what a season he had there. 310 batting average, 26 homers, 97 RBIs. What a year it would be to have a Korean Series championship with a Caribbean Series the same year.
And again, there's so many places that players can play ball now, and in Korea and Japan. You go in the winter leagues in the summer. These opportunities that these guys are getting. You look at last year at Lone Depot Park. There was quite a few players. There's going to be scouts all from different organizations and other places to play. There were some guys that were signed out of that Caribbean Series.
Oh, there were. And we saw quite a few of the younger guys that, we had a feeling might be emerging, have decent seasons. I'm thinking of Ivan Herrera from Panama, who ended up getting a lot of playing time with the Cardinals.
Right. Look at the Profar brothers.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Oh, yeah. Jerks had a great year
last year.
Great
San
point.
Diego. Mm-hmm. Now a Brave, an Atlanta Brave.
Swing and a miss. Brito goes down. That was a tough pitch.
Yeah, and a fastball count as well. 3-2. He goes to that slider down and in. You watch this pitch. Really nice pitch. Sanchez setting up on the outside part of the plate, but down and in with that breaking ball.
Now here's Robinson Cano. A list of his accolades. Takes up a few pages in my notebook. Takes the first pitch for a strike. 8-time All-Star, 5-time Silver Slugger, 2-time Gold Gloves. Hits that one sharply to first. Ravello knocks it down. Castillo gets over there, and they get the out. These pitchers are just mowing them down so far.
Well, a lot of early count swings. And it's a real nice play by Ravello. Hard shot. Just keeps it in front of him. Bare hands it. Nice job by the pitcher, Castillo, getting over there to cover. Castillo's gotten into some 3-ball counts, but not many. He's gotten out of those jams, those situations.
He's pretty solid at throwing that first pitch strike, too. He's not falling behind many guys. He's retired the last 6 in a row. Some more conventional ballpark music.
There you go. Yeah. I thought it was the same track they kept playing once the play stopped. I was like, maybe mix it up a little bit. It's like the NBA.
It is, isn't it? Oh, here we're back.
Well, that's what winter ball's about. I mean, you'll have cheerleaders. They'll dance on the dugout roofs throughout the game. You know, the fans are cheering.
Here's a strike, 2-2. If you're enjoying this so far, I'd advise you tune in tonight, 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock on the west coast of the U.S. for the game between Mexico and Puerto Rico. With Mexico as the home team, this place will be packed. The joint will be jumping. It'll be a night game. Should be fun to watch. Ground ball to second, and another 1-2-3 inning for Max Castillo. We played 4 in Mexicali. We don't have a score yet.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless chips and salsa, a drink, and the delicious Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. A hard hat is one, problem solver is another. Whatever the job calls for, we're here for you. We're America's trusted source for industrial-grade products, with the scale and resources to deliver and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Because we know that hats change, but having access to real people ready to help, combined with fast delivery, never goes out of style. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Whoa!
Yes?
How do you sleep at night?
On a mattress from Mattress Firm. I sleep.
At the President's Day sale, save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic. Get matched at Mattress Firm, sleep at night.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network. And Kirby. Players 80 through 61 on the top 100 feature plenty of Ks. Also on the list, plenty of Ks. The top 100 players right now, Tuesday, only on MLB Network.
We've got a pitcher's duel going in Mexicali. Venezuela and the Dominican Republic scoreless as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Beautiful day for baseball on January 31st. 70 degrees, a little cloudy, but we'll take it.
You know, Brooks Hall, 38 pitches going into the 5th inning.
They are jumping on pitches early in the counts. Hernan Perez, the batter, took a swing at that one. And both pitchers have been keeping the pitch counts low. That one misses 1-1. Interesting story about Hall I haven't mentioned yet. We did mention he was a 4th-round pick of the Milwaukee Brewers out of high school and passed up a chance to get a full ride to South Carolina. This one's popped foul and out of play. One of the reasons the Brewers liked him so much, when they sent a scout to watch him pitch, he threw a perfect game.
There you go. That'll help.
Sure would. Out of Anderson, South Carolina. Looking to latch on somewhere. Hard to imagine if scouts were watching him today, they wouldn't think he's a guy that can be helpful. Another strikeout for Hall, 1 away.
A nice job. He threw a fastball upstairs, the previous pitch, about 93. You'll see the velocity a lot of times. Then he comes back with that slider down and in. Maybe Perez looking for another heater. You got Uncle Charlie.
Here's Ali Sanchez, former Marlins catcher. Takes a strike. He flew out to right field his first at-bat. That one's chopped foul. He was originally signed by the Mets as a international free agent back in 2013. Has been kind of up and down, looking for his spot. Signed a minor league contract in December with the Blue Jays. 1-2 to count to him. Here's a look at the Venezuelan manager, Henry Blanco. Works with the Washington Nationals now as a catching coach and quality control coach. Fouled out of play, 1-2. Won a World Series in 2016 with the Cubs, did the Venezuela skipper.
It's a nice ring to have.
Yeah. Long-suffering Cubs fans. This one's ripped to right. Playable. Brito's got a good glove out there and tracks that one down, 2 away. Six in a row retired by Brooks Hall.
Yeah, Hall's done a nice job. He doesn't have that overpowering fastball. You see the one fastball he threw 93 upstairs, but you're seeing Venezuela. They're behind on that fastball a lot because of that breaking ball. And then also he's moving. There's a good fastball down and away. He's moving it in and out. He'll climb the ladder a little bit, change the eye level, and then he'll slap that slider or that curveball down and away to a righty.
That one's fouled back. You got to figure these guys are pretty well stretched out coming into the Caribbean Series, but when they keep the pitch counts this low, we could see these guys go really deep in this game.
Well, you get a lot of early swings. You find a strike zone, and you take advantage of the aggressiveness of the hitters. You can get some easy outs and get deep into the ball game, and I'm sure with a lot of these clubs, they would love to see that.
Another strikeout for Hall. 1, 2, 3 goes Venezuela with a couple of strikeouts for Brooks Hall. Impressive. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The DR gets its shot when we come back.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal. With a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken strips, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae. You get an honest-to-goodness full meal, all for just $7 at DQ.
The Caribbean Series continues on MLB Network.
And listen to this crowd.
See which nation has what it takes to claim Winter Ball's international crown. Puerto Rico, Mexico, tonight 11 Eastern, live on MLB Network.
We are back in Mexicali. Doug Wright alongside Jeff Nelson bringing you the Caribbean Series 2025, the opening game between Venezuela and the Dominican Republic. If you're just joining us, all you've missed is pitching and defense. So we're glad you're here. Bottom of the fifth, and it's Jose Marmoleos to lead things off for the Dominican Republic. Max Castillo has been dealing for Venezuela. Another first pitch strike.
Yeah, and another guy like Hall really doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but 92 to 94 miles an hour.
0-2.
You know, moves it in and out well. And if you're watching these games and you're looking, okay, at Hall and Castillo, why don't they? Well, Castillo is with an affiliated organization. He's 25 years old. You know, Hall at 34. Why, you know, you're looking at him and say, well, heck, they're doing a really nice job. Why can't they help out a big league team? Well, a lot of it is, if you look, there's a lot of aggressive hitting in the Caribbean Series. You know, you're going to see a lot of early count swings, a lot of early outs. You're going to see pitch counts. I mean, 37 pitches here in the fifth inning. You get to the big league level, the AAA level, you have all these reports, all the analytics. You're going to see guys be more patient. Scouts want to know, hey, how does he handle pressure? What does he do when he's behind the count?
Marmoleos hits one just foul.
Is he able to get over his off speed if he's behind the count? If he has runners in scoring position, how does he handle that? Sometimes in situations like the Caribbean Series, the hitters don't allow you to get into jams. You know, a lot of early count swings, and you can get easy outs, and you're not going to get that second and third or third with nobody out situations.
Catches the inside corner, strike three. Marmoleos goes down looking. This was a nice-looking pitch, too. Look at this.
Yeah, good two-seamer, and that's a buckler. It starts at that right hip of the left-handed hitter and just catches that inside edge.
The second strikeout of the game. It's actually hard to pile up too many strikeouts with a pitch count that low. Just getting guys out quickly. Fouled off 0-1. This is Francisco Mejia. A lot of Major League fans will recognize him from his days with the Tampa Bay Rays. Had a base hit his last time up. In fact, that is the last hit of the game for the Dominican Republic, coming back in the second inning. Did he check? No swing. Not a big guy for a catcher, is Mejia.
Nice call. Held back on that changeup.
Fouled that one away, 2-2. Yeah, when he signed his original contract back in 2012 with Cleveland, they listed him at 155 pounds for a catcher, 5'8", 155.
How old was he?
He was a youngster, 19. Jose Ramirez took him under his wing in the Cleveland organization, tried to move him along and teach him his ways. Not a bad guy to learn from. That one's fouled on the left field line. But Mejia is no stranger to international competition. He played for the Dominican Republic in the 2023 World Baseball Classic. which is only picking up more popularity as the years go by. 3-2. Shot foul. He's got 29 big league home runs. This is a rare deep count for Castillo in this game. 3-2 to Mejia. Fouls off another one.
Mejia's swung at ball 4 twice.
Yep.
Pitch was down and he committed early, and then earlier in the count when he had another 3-2 fastball away, he wound up swinging at that one. There you see that's change up when you go all 4 fingers.
He golfs this one. Another base hit, second of the game for Mejia. He's got some speed. Will he try to go for 2? He will, and he'll be in there safely with a double. First extra base hit of the Caribbean Series. And Mejia is 2 for 2.
Well, he got to a 3-2 count, and he was able to fight off some nasty pitches from Castillo. Here's a changeup that he stayed with it. Just hit it over the first base Ravello's head. The right fielder, Amarista, he was playing more towards center. Allowed Mejia to get in there with a 1-out double.
And this is the first time of the game that the Dominican Republic will have a runner in scoring position. And it's Junior Lake at the plate. He reps one hard to third. Perez up with it, throws across the diamond just in time to get the out. The runner has to hold at second. 2 away.
Well, good 2-seam fastball from Castillo. Castillo, if you're going to be aggressive at the plate, you can take advantage of some early swings, and that pitch was down and in. Lake didn't have any kind of patience of trying to get into the count and let Castillo work a little bit. He swings at the first pitch.
Here's Christian Adames. Grounded out his first time up, but almost beat out what looked like a routine ground ball. So we know this guy can fly if he can get it on the ground and maybe work his way on base. Mejia with a leadoff second. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th of a scoreless game. Little chopper. He does have some speed, but he can't beat this one out, and that will do it. Garcia to Ravello to make the out, and we are through 5 innings in Mexicali. Scoreless between Venezuela and the DR.
What Tractor Supply customers experience is personalized service made possible by T-Mobile for Business. With T-Mobile's reliable 5G business internet, employees get the information they need instantly. This is how business goes further with T-Mobile for Business.
Who has more subscriptions?
We're a package deal, baby. And your subscription is my subscription. Yeah. All right? We have about 100.
We have a lot.
But with Experian app, they can help cancel those subscriptions that we don't even need.
Very helpful.
Download the Experian app now.
Are your headlights cloudy and oxidized, making your car look bad? Are they underperforming when you need them most? Cerakote's Headlight Restoration Kit restores weathered headlights back to like new and keeps them that way for life. Stop wasting your time with solutions that don't last. Cerakote's kit includes everything you need to go from this to this. Simply wipe away oxidation, give them a light sanding, and apply the ceramic coating. That's it. The True Ceramic technology does the rest. Buy any of Cerakote's #1 selling ceramic products for under $20 at these leading retailers today.
The timeless box of chocolates, a symbol of love that says, our love is predictable. Snooze fest. But a box from Nuts.com that says, buckle up, sweetheart, our love is a wild ride. Sweet, sour, unexpected, complex. Because true love isn't boring, it's a snack-filled roller coaster. So check all the boxes with a box from Nuts.com. Snack your heart out and get 20% off plus free shipping.
We are back in Mexicali, and we have a pitching change for the Dominican Republic. Out of the game is Brooks Hall, who pitched 5 strong innings with only 3 hits allowed, didn't allow a run, struck out 3, didn't walk a batter.
He did a really nice job. I'm surprised that the DR went to the bullpen right away.
We're in a scoreless game as we go to the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher, Ulises Joaquin. Starts off Vargas with a strike. Joaquin, 5'11", 165 from Santo Domingo. That one's in the dirt, 1-1.
A fastball split, little slider.
Are you surprised they took out Hall? He was going pretty well.
Yeah, a little bit. You know, maybe you're thinking ahead that you might be able to use Hall because he has his pitch count was great, even though he went 5 innings. That you might be able to use him in a few more days.
Two, 1 to Vargas, called a strike.
And Joaquin has good fastball, mid-90s. You know, in this series, you don't have the luxury of, hey, you know, every 5th day. It's, you know, maybe you can bring back Hall on about 2-3 days rest.
They do have a lot of games to play,
right.
6 games in 7 days. That's before you talk about making a championship game. We haven't had a walk in this game yet. We still don't. At least not yet. 3-2 pitch fouled off. This is a rematch of last year's championship game in the 2024 Caribbean Series played in Miami. A low-scoring game then, too. 3-0 Venezuela won, and there's our first walk. Vargas is aboard. He claps some encouragement toward his dugout, and there we see Hall leaving the game.
Well, really nice job. Good slider down and away. Got ahead of guys. You can see there in that 4th and 5th inning when Venezuela, the hitters were looking breaking ball and breaking ball counts, and he just came right back with that fastball. Another good breaking ball there. One of the 3 strikeouts on the evening.
Leadoff man aboard, and now we've got another base hit. Runner caught between 2nd and 3rd. Throw gets away. Oh, a big mistake by the DR, and now Venezuela will have 2 runners in scoring position with nobody out. Ortiz Hernandez came through and ripped the first pitch single to left. It looked like Vargas overran 2nd, and when they tried to get him, they threw it away.
Well, there you see Mejia was setting up on the outside part of the plate, and it was a fastball that leaked out over the middle and up. And there you see Lake. He charges this ball. He wants to get it in a hurry. A little short hop, thinking maybe that turn by Vargas was a little bit too far. A big mistake, like you mentioned, Doug, from Dominican.
Now the 3-hole hitter, Alexi Amarista, at the plate. He swings at the first pitch, pops it up. Is it deep enough to try to score the run? The throw from Lake cut off. They do not tag up, and that's a big, big out for the Dominican Republic.
A fastball got in on the hands of Amarista. And Lake out in left field. He's got a good arm. And with nobody out, unless it's hit deep enough, you want to hold that runner at 3rd.
Interestingly, after the walk, the next 2 guys swung at the first pitch and put it in play.
Right, and again, you know, these guys are really aggressive at the plate. You figure with 1 out, second and third, the runner at third will probably go on contact.
Rangel Ravello swings at the first pitch.
There you see the infield there. They're bringing them in. Yep. With nobody out, they played a little bit deeper. Now with 1 out, the infield comes in.
Venezuela trying to strike first, take advantage of the error by Lake and left. That one came right back across the plate for a strike. Nice pitch, 0-2.
Yeah, really nice movement on that fastball. It was a two-seamer. Mejia got well off the plate, the catcher for the DR. There you can see how that ball moved and hit the corner.
The 0-2 to Ravello. Popped it up. Is this one deep enough? Rito coming in. Runners hold again. What a nice job by Joaquin trying to fight out of this jam.
Yeah, real nice job. Exactly. You get a pop-up to left field, wasn't deep enough, and that one was just a little bit in that grass in right field.
And the runner on third, Ildemaro Vargas, has some speed, but not worth taking the chance on either one of those. So here's Rondon. Still second and third, but now 2 outs. Hit on the ground to third base. Adames throws him out, and the Dominican Republic gets out of the jam. Joaquin pretty happy with himself after that one, and he should be. Back to Mexicali in a scoreless game after this.
This is going to sound crazy, but I know these tag vectors. Oh, had a little upgrade, have we? Okay, so that's how you want to play.
I've shaved every day for 20 years. It's my morning routine, and it gets me ready for my day. But at over $4 a blade, shaving every day gets expensive. Then my barber told me about Harry's. Harry's 5-blade razor offers me a close, comfortable shave. It has all the features I love. Best part, refills are as low as $2 each, half of what I paid before. If you want a premium shave without the premium price tag, give Harry's a try.
Go to harrys.com/shave to claim your $7 trial.
Get connected to all the breaking news.
I think the market is really going to fly.
The analysts of MLB Tonight keep you connected with all things baseball during the offseason.
This is landscape changing.
MLB Tonight, only on MLB Network.
Solving baseball's offseason is a tough case to crack.
We got a lot of work to do.
As the free agency frenzy continues, Matt and Harold are on the case. Hot Stove, weekday mornings, 9 Eastern on MLB Network.
It's coming up on rush hour in Mexicali. It's getting to be fingernail biting time if you're a fan of either of these teams as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning of a scoreless game. Venezuela had the best chance of anybody so far today with second and third no outs, but the reliever Joaquin of the DR got out of the jam, and now we go to the bottom of the 6th, and still out there is Max Castillo, who's pitched a gem so far for Venezuela.
When you get runners in scoring position, each squad is going to have to show some kind of patience at the plate. I know you get a little antsy and you want to try to be that hero to drive in the run, but you have to show some patience. Let the pitcher work a little bit. And Venezuela bailed out the DR in that last inning at the top of the 6th.
A couple of pop-outs to shallow outfield and then a ground out, and that's it. This is Luis Liberato, the 9-hole hitter for the Dominican Republic. So they'll flip the lineup over after this at-bat. Trying to mount a rally here. Castillo with just 51 pitches in the bottom of the 6th. Hit hard on the ground to second. That's an easy play, though, for Vargas. Over to Ravello. 1 down.
Well, Castillo's done a really nice job when he's gotten behind the count. It was a 2-1, usually 2-1 pitch, and that was a changeup. To see the movement down, he was able to get that ground ball, get the hitter out on his front foot, probably looking fastball, and got a changeup.
That's Edwin Escobar warming up in the bullpen for Venezuela, but I don't know why you mess with Castillo the way he's going.
You know, the only thing I can think of, just by the DR taking out Hall, you're playing all these games in a week, and you would love to have these guys come back instead of the normal 4 days rest and pitching on that 5th day. You get that pitch count really low, and I think Hall only threw 50-some pitches, that they're able to come back maybe 2-3 days rest.
Another ground ball to second. Vargas to Ravello, 2 down. Another point could be maybe they just want to get some guys some action because they may need him later or them later, whatever the reliever would be. You know, if you let a guy go 9, then you've got a whole bullpen full of guys who haven't thrown yet at all, and maybe you want to acclimate them a bit to the series.
Yeah, maybe. You know, if you kind of don't want to mess with success in a way. You would love to see some of these guys, hey, if they're pitching well, he's going to set a record here.
3 assists in 1 inning for the second baseman. 3 straight ground balls to second. Still scoreless as we go to the 7th at Mexicali.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track dirt, mud, sand, and all sorts of other gunk indoors. But now there's a simple solution that won't have you scrambling for the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the pet-perfect anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean, it's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat surface is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, perfectly protecting the floor underneath, leaving your floors clean and dry. Its durable super grip underside means Muddy Mat stays put, even when your pal is tearing around. Perfect for any floor surface. Slip Muddy Mat under your pal's food dish to absorb runaway crumbs and water, or use it in the bathroom as a home base for drying off. Muddy Mat can even be a perfect addition to catch spills in the kitchen. Once Muddy Mat has trapped all the mess, just toss it in the washing machine. It's machine washable and dryable. So easy.
I love the Muddy Mat. There's no mud or dirt on the floor or on Piper's paws. It's on the Muddy Mat.
My mom used to make me clean up after sunning it, and now I don't need to.
Being able to keep that mop and bucket put away is a lifesaver.
Muddy Mat is the simple anti-mud mat that also stops dirt, grass, sand, and more at the door. Stop wasting money on those ordinary mats. Super absorbent and built to last, Muddy Mat lets you spend less time mopping and more time romping with your four-legged friend. Reduce the mess caused by your pet and get the easy solution to keeping any of your floors clean and dry. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get 1 Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $19.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $19.95 each.
Visit shopmuddymat.com or call 1-800-815-1107.
Back in Mexicali, Doug Wright, Jeff Nelson. The Dominican Republic going back to the bullpen for a guy that I think y'all should be familiar with, Alex Colomé, a former Major League All-Star. Didn't have the best of seasons this year, but certainly has the experience for a tough spot like this one. Scoreless game in the 7th inning.
Years old. Spent 11 years in the major leagues from 2013 all the way to 23.
First batter he'll face is the left-hander for Venezuela, Danry Vasquez, a designated hitter. Another ground ball to second, but this one sneaks through. Cano can't get there. Nunez can't get there. And just like that, Vasquez is aboard with a leadoff single for Venezuela.
Yeah, it was a changeup down. Just found the hole. With Vasquez being a left-handed hitter, Cano is playing more towards first base.
So Venezuela started off last inning, had runners at second and third, nobody out, could not score, and now they have a leadoff hit to begin the seventh against Alex Colome, the third pitcher of the game for the Dominican Republic. This one's popped up. Is it playable? Could be tricky. Oh, what a nice over-the-shoulder catch for the out. Perez grabbed it. I'm sorry, that was Adames making the catch at third base for the Dominican Republic.
It looked like a wide receiver. He's got the Super Bowl coming up here in a week, and that was a heck of a play. You look at Lake, his first move, he went back, the left fielder. I thought this might have found a hole. And Lake's saying, hey, you got to help me out. How about that catch?
Wow.
This is a great angle right here. Watch Lake go all the way. He puts his head down knowing maybe this could be the spot where this ball is going to fall. It would have been foul, but a heck of a catch.
Big out in the inning. Colome checks Vasquez back to first.
Again, just zero patience from the hitters, especially Venezuela. You get a guy on first, and you want to try to make something happen, and you're swinging at the first pitch and bailing out the DR.
Ali Sanchez at the plate, swing and a miss. Sanchez 0 for 2, a couple fly outs to right field.
Colome 159 big league saves.
Yeah, he's a good one. He had 47 in 2017 to lead the majors. Here's the 0-1. Fouled away. 0-2. Last pitch in the majors for the White Sox in 2023. In 2020, during the COVID-shortened season, he had 12 saves and a 0.81 ERA. 18 of 21 appearances were scoreless that year. Oh-2 pitch from Colome to Sanchez. Will have to wait as he checks the runner. The ball gets away, but not advancing on the play is Vasquez. So no harm, no foul if you're a Dominican Republic fan on that one.
You see Vasquez, you dive back, you really don't know where that ball is, and just that hesitation right there. Nice ricochet off of that backstop. There you see, just off the glove of Navarro. That should have been caught.
Yep. Luckily for him, the runner could not advance. Still 0-2. Colome working to Sanchez. In the dirt. Throw to first. Just back in time. Vasquez getting a workout over there at first base. Might cover up some of those ads on his jersey. All the dirt.
Well, Adams family. You know Adams family there in Mexicali?
Well, I think that's popular worldwide. Low 1-2. Popped up. Right field, right center. Center fielder's going to make the play. Liberato corrals it. 2 outs. Yeah, the Adams family's a worldwide. We're on DAZN across the world, I understand. TLN in Canada. Hello to those folks. MLB Network in the United States. So glad you're with us for the Caribbean Series 2025. We have games for 8 straight days. Foul back. Tonight, the host Mexico team will take on Puerto Rico. 11 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States, 8 p.m. Pacific. Join Craig Minervini and Rod Allen for the broadcast tonight. Two outs, a runner on. Colomé trying to work his way out of a leadoff single. There's a strike, 0-2.
A good slider down and away. After seeing that swing, you might want to stay with that pitch. Maybe expand the zone a little bit.
Eduardo Garcia has a hit in this game, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. Trying to keep this inning going against Colomé. Gets away. Vasquez is finally going to move up to second after all that. And now the count is 1-2. Runner in scoring position. This suddenly becomes a very big spot for Eduardo Garcia.
Well, Colomé tried to go back to that slider. There you see there, the Mejia, the catcher, just pulled on that and hung on to that slider a little too long. Sometimes when you get that swing and miss as a pitcher, you really want to throw this next one even nastier. And that's what usually happens is you hang on to that too long and you crossfire it, gets to the backstop.
Here's the 1-2. Just stays alive off the end of the bat. Foul ball. It's keeping it away from him, right?
Yeah, and if you, Garcia, the hitter, you got to figure, okay, you haven't seen anything inside. You got to think right field. You're behind the count. If you can get a breaking ball or a slider that stays up in the zone, you try to go the other way.
Struck him out. Alex Colomé works out of the jam, and we are still scoreless in Mexicali. We played 6.5. The DR will send up Robinson Cano to lead off the bottom of the 7th. Don't you go anywhere.
The booking app I used didn't have Agent Force, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside or know what I like to eat, which is not that.
What's up, my brother? Oh, hey, bud. We really needed this rain, right?
Agent Force helps restaurants prevent dining disasters.
Paddle on over.
It's what AI was meant to be.
We got you, brother.
We went with the website nuts.com because nuts and dried fruit and pretzels and trail mix and gummies and espresso beans and energy squares and fudge and jelly beans and so much more.com was already taken. Get 20% off and free shipping on your first order at nuts.com.
Man, I can't stop eating these.
What? They're for the neighbors. Man, I should start my own stand.
Hey, Pete! I told you I'd start my own stand!
Classic Eli.
New King's Hawaiian Pretzel Bites.
Irresistibly sweet and salty.
Summer or New Year's or today at noon. Loving pet care in your neighborhood.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless chips and salsa, a drink, and the delicious Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
It's a hard conversation to have. When you die, this is what's going to happen.
Trust and Will makes it really easy and succinct for people to go out there, create their estate plan. It's such an important thing to have. The things and the people that you care about are taken care of.
Create your estate plan at trustandwill.com.
King, Kyle, Quan, and Kirby. Players 80 through 61 on the top 100 feature plenty of Ks. Also on the list, plenty of Ks. The top 100 players right now, Tuesday, only on MLB Network.
Back in Mexicali, we have a new pitcher for Venezuela to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. It's Alex Scherf. Well, what a job done by the starter, Max Castillo, who threw 6 scoreless innings.
Yeah, real nice job. 6 innings, 3 hits. No walks, 2 strikeouts. A good 2-seamer inside, one of the 2 strikeouts that he had on the evening. Scherf, 26 years old. Played for the Red Sox and the Twins in the minor leagues. Got up to AAA with Minnesota.
He has to face Robinson Cano, and Cano swings at the first pitch, like so many have done in this game, and grounds out to second. 1 away. Garcia to Ravello. One pitch, one out.
You just need one run, and these guys will make their early dinner reservations if they had them. They're swinging like it. It's like getaway day at the end of the season.
They are not waiting around. There's some numbers on Scherf, pretty strong in the Winter League. Whip down there at 1.03 from Colleyville, Texas. Pitch way upstairs, ball one. This is Yameko Navarro, the first baseman at the plate. Scherf pitching from the stretch with nobody on. Foul back. Is that advisable, Nelly?
Well, in his career now at 26 years old, he's probably more of a reliever than coming out and starting a game. So a lot of times relievers are told, hey, you might as well go from the stretch right away.
The pitcher Scherf was a fifth-round draft pick of the Boston Red Sox in 2017. The pitch missed. Right out of high school, Prestonwood Christian Academy in Plano, Texas, outside of Dallas.
Now, he played in the Mexican League last year at 26 years old. You know, this is a perfect opportunity for him to maybe try to show an organization that he's still young enough that maybe he can contribute, and he got to the AAA level with Minnesota.
The pitch misses, 3-1.
You know, just looking at his stats, to me, you see a lot of walks and very little innings. That's probably been an issue throughout his career.
Ooh, didn't have to be. Called a strike, 3-2. Navarro did not like that call.
Yeah, Colon, the home plate umpire, is really not giving that low strike. It's one of the very few that we've seen being called a strike.
Payoff pitch. Base hit right field. Navarro is aboard for the Dominican Republic with one out here in the seventh. And a dangerous hitter, and Jose Marmolejos coming up. Let's see if he jumps at the first pitch. Not that one. 1-0. This guy's pretty much hit everywhere he's been, but he hasn't really stuck in the major leagues yet. He was a AAA West Most Valuable Player with Tacoma in 2021 with these gaudy numbers: 360, 23 homers, 71 RBIs in 72 games. You think he'd be destined for greatness after a AAA season like that? And he may still. 1-1. Marmolejos, born in Perth Amboy, New Jersey, and graduated high school at South Broward High in Hollywood, Florida. The 1-1. Fouled away.
A couple tight sliders from Scherf.
He was the minor league player of the year in 2015 in the Washington Nationals organization. The big spot here could be a hero for the Dominican Republic in the bottom of the seventh. Takes that pitch, 2-2. The crowd is filled in nicely here in Mexicali. Late arriving crowd for this game. They got a second one spaced out a few hours after this one, with the home country playing against Puerto Rico. It's a Friday afternoon. People got to go to work. They're coming out to the ballpark as we speak. Marmolejo with the ground ball. Nice play at first base by Ravello. They can't turn two, but they may challenge this one.
We're getting to the point of the ball game that you might want to try to challenge it. Real nice play by Ravello, the first baseman. Get that lead runner.
We haven't seen any indication that there will be a challenge. But Scherf hasn't raced back to the mound to pitch again. Let's look at this again.
Well, nice play by Ravello. You see him go to his right and a little toss, and nice job by the shortstop Garcia. And good play by Scherf, too. For a pitcher to get over there, this is a really tough play to try to turn that 3-6-1 double play. You work on it in spring training, it's like Groundhog Day. You might have got him.
Yeah. And a nice job by the pitcher on a stretch. You don't usually see the pitcher get out there like this.
I don't know. I think he might be in there after seeing that angle right there.
They have challenged. They do get 2 challenges per game as per the rules of the Caribbean Series. Wow, that's still tough to tell.
Yeah, it might not be enough evidence. Now, remember, the ball doesn't have to be in the back of the glove. I wish they would change that. You know, when you play catch, the ball's in the back of the glove to finish that play. It just has to hit in that cylinder. Now, I don't think it gets in that glove enough for the runner to be out. I think the call will probably stand. But really nice defensive play all around there. And like I mentioned, for a pitcher to get over there to try to complete that 3-6-1 double play, it's tough because you got to try to find the bag, find the ball that's being thrown by the middle infielder, and then make a stretch like that to try to help out that play. What a great job.
The first base umpire, Jesus Miller, was on top of the play and made a definitive call. But, yeah, that's probably too close to change.
Yeah, you watch it. Doesn't get in the glove quick enough when the foot hits down on that bag. I'd be surprised if this is overturned. You watch it. Look at the baseball and the foot. The ball hits, and it's not in that glove. Well, looks like it's going to stand.
Yep. Yeah, but nice job by Scherf to get over there and make it close. So now here's the hitter of the game so far for the Dominican Republic. We'll have a shot here. Francisco Mejia, he has a single and a double, the only extra base hit so far in the Caribbean Series. That came in his last at-bat in the 5th. And he rips this one to right field. That's a fair ball. It's into the corner. Marmolejo's rounding third. He scores. And the Dominican Republic is on the board. Play at third. And Mejia is safe there. We've got our first run of the Caribbean Series. It's from the Dominican Republic, and it's 1-0.
Well, first pitch breaking ball by Scherf. It just hangs up in the zone. Nice job by Mejia. You see him out on his front foot. He kept those hands back. He was able to hit it right down the right field line. You had the right fielder, Amarista. He was playing more towards center, shading towards right center. That ball gets in that corner, and with 2 outs and nothing happening in this game, you have to send Marmolejo's.
Marmolejo's, who beat out that ground ball earlier, used his speed to get all the way around the bases, and then Mejia heads up, slides into third.
Yeah, not a great slide there at third either.
No, he's checking his chops after that one, but an important advance of the base here because I'd love to get some insurance with a runner on third now and 2 outs. Wow, how important was that non-turnover of the call at first base, because now you get a run.
Yeah, Marmolejo's a great job hustling down there. It was almost a double play, and by maybe an inch of not being overturned and ending that top of the 7th. And you have Mejia with the first pitch swing, a little breaking ball that hung out over the middle of the plate. He was able to hit it down the right field line. Like we talked about, with 2 outs and nothing happening in this game, you have to make Venezuela make a play at the plate if there was going to be one. Hey, Ricky Bonas Long-time Major League pitcher. Going out to the mound.
How about Francisco Mejia, though? He's the hero of this game. 3 for 3, 2 doubles, a single, and an RBI. While everyone else is struggling at the plate, Mejia has been raking. Now here's Lake in a big spot. In the dirt, nice block by the catcher, Sanchez, to keep that runner at third.
When you got a catcher behind the plate, you got a runner at third, and you have that kind of confidence that you can bounce your breaking ball and know it's not going to get past them. Huge.
Whoa, almost hit him. To the backstop it goes. Gonna be a play at the plate. He's safe. Mejia scores the second run. 2-0 Dominican Republic.
Now, Mejia had a great secondary lead and a great jump, and this ball was just an airmailed. You watch his fastball go up and in, and no chance for Sanchez to catch this ball. And he tries to make the play himself. Now, this is when a pitcher, Scherf did a great job of getting over to first, but once that ball gets past the catcher, you have to hustle to home plate because that's your spot. If maybe that ball gets to Sanchez in time and you're at the plate and he little shovel pass, you might have had a chance to get Mejia at the plate. But when you're taking it by yourself, it's a tough play for the catcher.
And Mejia runs very well for a catcher himself, getting down the line. And the fact he got into third on that double earned himself another run for his team.
Great jump as well. You have a right-handed hitter, so you're blocking the view of Sanchez, the catcher, to be able to see the runner. So you might be able to get a little extra down there as far as the lead. And once that ball got past Sanchez, Mejia just took off.
2-1 to Junior Lake. Swung through that one, 2-2. After the pitch whizzed by Lake's head, I noticed he gave the pitcher Scherf a dirty look. In the meantime, the run's scoring.
Yeah, knocked off his helmet. He said, man, a little chin music right there.
He wasn't happy with the pitch until he saw what the result was. Here's the 2-2 to Lake. Nobody aboard now. 2 outs. Strike 3. Takes it on the outside corner. And that will do it for the 7th, but not before the Dominican Republic is able to score twice. Francisco Mejia with an RBI double. He scores on the wild pitch right here. And the DR has the lead after 7.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is still available with the Big Smasher Burger and is still just $10.99. So if it's all this or a drive-through, come on, it ain't rocket surgery, it's Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Working with the Experian app, your credit's gonna look so money. From checking your FICO score to glamming it up with Experian Boost and getting matched with credit cards that are so you. The Experian app looks good on you. Download it today for free.
Guys, got hair loss? I know what you're thinking. Should I shave my head? Comb it over? Wear a hat? Just stop. This isn't 1970. Keep your hair and your confidence because Bosley, America's #1 hair restoration experts, can give you your real hair back permanently. Check them out because they're giving away an absolutely free information kit and a free gift card to everyone who scans this QR code. Dude, you don't have to look like your dad because this isn't your dad's hair loss treatment. People all over the country trust Bosley because they're ahead of the curve. They use the latest technology to give you your real hair back. And the best part, Bosley's permanent solution is protected by the Bosley Guarantee. Let them show you for free how awesome your hair could look with an absolutely free information kit and a gift card for $250 off. Scan the QR code. Don't wait. Scan the code now and ask about the Bosley Guarantee.
Hi, Susan. Honey.
Yeah?
I respect that, but that cough looks pretty bad. Try this Robitussin honey.
The real honey you love, plus the powerful cough relief you need.
Mind if I root through your trash?
Robitussin, the only brand with true source certified honey.
Swing and a miss.
Metrics show he's got one of the best fastballs.
He has one of the highest sprint speeds in baseball.
Boy, does he bring something different to the game.
Don't miss the StatCast Best of the Season show, Saturday at 7 Eastern.
Back in Mexicali, Mexico, Doug Wright and Jeff Nelson. We had our first 2 runs of the game scored in the last half an inning. And as we go to the top of the 8th, it is 2-0 Dominican Republic ahead of Venezuela, perhaps trying to get some revenge for last year when these two teams met in the 2024 championship.
Yeah, so far, really nice job by the pitching staff of DR. Hall going 5. Joaquin going a clean inning. Also, Colome going a clean inning, only giving up that hit with a strikeout. And there you see Joe Corbett coming in to pitch.
He'll replace Alex Colome, who worked out of a jam in the previous inning. Sun is shining in Mexicali. 70 degrees. That opening pitch. Have a cerveza. Enjoy the game. Top of the 8th, Venezuela trying to fight back against Joe Corbett. American player out of the Texas Rangers organization. 2-0. One thing you don't want to do, Nelly, when you come into a game after getting 2 runs is not throw strikes.
And lead off walks. You don't want to stay. You want to stay away from that. Both sides have done a really nice job of throwing strikes. Only been 1 walk combined on both sides.
There's a strike. Ildemaro Vargas is the batter for Venezuela. That pitch misses, 3-1. Been nothing but goose eggs for Venezuela in this game. As we're here in the 8th, 3-2 now the count. Big strike thrown there by Corbett. Last year's final score was 3-0 Venezuela over the DR. And here, if turnabout is fair play, it's 2-0 for the Dominicans. 3-2 pitch. Missed it, ball 4. You don't want to walk that leadoff batter. Second walk of the game for Ildemaro Vargas. And that's how they'll start things off, Venezuela, in the 8th inning.
Well, when you're behind a couple runs, you haven't seen it yet so far in this game as far as hitters being patient, seeing a lot of first pitch swings. You want to try to take a strike. You need base runners if you're Venezuela.
Well, now the tying runs at the plate. And Gorkis Hernandez, he's 2 for 3 in this game. Single in the 6th, single in the 3rd, and a strikeout. He didn't like that call. That one missed, 1-1. We've only had 2 extra base hits in this game, both from Francisco Mejia. They credited him with a triple in the bottom of the 7th, and he also has a double and a single. So a home run away from the cycle for him. This one's hit high in the air, not very deep into left field. Is it playable? Nope, out of play.
Corbett fastball slider. He's getting underneath the slider. That's why you're seeing that pitch up in the zone. Once that elbow drops, it just spins up there, and it's pretty easy to hit. If you're a hitter, you get to see that ball a lot better than if you're on top of that slider and you see it go down. And being able to go and get on top of that slider, you need to stay back over the rubber a little bit more, drive that ball down and away.
1-2, fouled away.
A little bit better. He did get on top of that pitch.
Crowd filling in nicely in Mexicali for this game. Hoping to see a thrilling finish. 1-2. Swung on and missed. Struck him out.
Well, real good slider from Corbett. And that time he did get on top of that pitch. That elbow has to stay above that shoulder in order to get that break on that slider. Once that elbow dips, you'll see a lot of pitches up in the zone. You wind up hanging a breaking pitch, but you get on top of it. You watch that elbow, how it gets above that shoulder. You're able to get on top of that baseball and get that swing and a miss down and away.
Here now, the diminutive Alexi Amarista at the plate. But don't be fooled by his stature. He can hit. Was on the championship team of Venezuela last year. Had an outstanding season, batting in the 3-hole for Venezuela here today. 1 for 3 with a single back in the first. Two and 1. 28-year-old Corbett out of Oklahoma City. One of many, or at least a few, U.S.-born players you'll see sprinkled on these rosters in the Caribbean Series. Foul back, 2 and 2. Venezuela's got to make some hay here. This is the middle of the order, and it's getting late.
Well, they missed an opportunity in the top of the 6th. You got second and third with nobody out and wasn't able to push across a run then.
Drops it for a strike. Struck him out looking. What a pretty pitch that was from Corbett.
You know, that slider starts on the outside part of the plate, and there you see the hitter gives up on it, and it just gets in there about waist high.
Whew, that was pretty filthy. Corbett likes it.
When you miss opportunities early in the ball game to score runs, and then all of a sudden you're behind 2-0, you're going to see the setup guys and the high leverage pitchers out of that bullpen for both sides, and you're seeing it right now from the DR.
Well, here's the best chance you'd think for power out of Venezuela. At the plate, cleanup hitter, Rangel Ravelo. One swing of the bat from him could tie this game, but we haven't seen balls carry too deeply throughout this game. And we haven't seen anything off the fence or even to the warning track yet.
No, and you see a lot of outfielders are playing shallow, knowing that, hey, the ball's probably not going to go over our head. Rather take away the base hit and just take your chances on something get over your head.
The extra base hits from Mejia were both down the line and right. They weren't hit over anybody.
And
they were hit
drives.
past. Yep. Let's see what Ravelo can do here with 2 strikes. Nothing. Struck out on a nice pitch. Wow, Corbett looks sharp there. Back-to-back strikeouts on sliders to get out of the inning. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The Dominican Republic holding on to a 2-0 lead.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless chips and salsa, a drink, and the delicious Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
At Grainger, we know the ones who get it done wear a lot of hats. That's why we're always here for you with professional-grade products and the knowledge to help answer tough product questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
How do you sleep at night? On a mattress from Mattress Firm. So I sleep.
At the President's Day sale, get a free adjustable base with select Sealy beds. Get matched at Mattress Firm, sleep at night.
We went with the website nuts.com because nuts and dried fruit and pretzels and trail mix and gummies and espresso beans and energy squares and fudge and jelly beans and so much more.com was already taken. Get 20% off and free shipping on your first order at nuts.com.
Step up to the plate and get ready to play ball. The baseball show for kids where you can learn about batting, fielding, and everything in between from the real pros. Every swing is a big hit on Play Ball. Saturday mornings at 10 Eastern on MLB Network.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
It starts with kindness, reaching out a helping hand. Even the smallest gestures mean the world to a lot of people.
Stand up to cancer.
Together. Together. Together.
Together.
So Venezuela will call on Silvino Bracho to try to hold the Dominican Republic at bay here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Bracho replacing reliever Adam Scherf, who gave up the 2 runs in the previous inning.
Bracho, that's some big league time, 7 years with Arizona and also Cincinnati. Last played for the Reds in 2023 through 5 ball games. Got 100 games in the big leagues.
He also has some Caribbean Series experience. Quickly gives up a leadoff single to Christian Adames. So the DR looking for some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. Gets a leadoff base hit.
First pitch fastball on the outside part of the plate. Stays up. Caught too much of the plate. Nice job by Adames hitting line drive into right field. A little leadoff single.
His first base hit. Now it's Luis Liberato, the center fielder. He's 0 for 2. Back safely. Would they think about bunting here with a 9-hole hitter?
Probably not, up 2-0. If anything, maybe you want to try to get some movement on the bases. Maybe Adames get a nice lead. Try to swipe a base.
He does square to bunt.
Bracho has a big leg kick. There you see the third baseman, Perez. He's playing 10 feet on the grass.
Swing and a miss, runner going. Throw to second. He's out easily. Probably a hit and run. Didn't make contact, and the runner is a dead duck.
Yeah, you wonder if that was a hit and run because a great job by Sanchez. He does have a good arm. He's a good defensive catcher. You know, Adames, not a great lead or not a great jump over there at first. I probably should have listened to you and sacrificed him over to second.
Just trying to tell you, Nelly. The 1-1. 2-1. Yeah, that wasn't really close. So not sure what happened there. Might have been the hit and run. Top of the order follows Liberato. Not a great looking swing there, 2-2.
No, and a good changeup from Bracho. He's behind in the count, and with aggressive hitters, you need your off speed to try to get back into the count or even get an easy out. And that was a good changeup down and away.
Did he check? He did, 1-2.
And that
2-2.
was not your screen. That was a little hesitation. You'll see pitchers every once in a while try to gain an advantage, maybe throw off the rhythm of a hitter. They'll hesitate at the top of that windup.
We were talking about whether they would bunt, hit, and run. Let's not to forget who the manager is for the Dominican Republic, a guy with 703 home runs. I imagine he's not a guy that likes to bunt very much, right. Albert Pujols. 3-2. Walked him. So Liberato will replace Adames at first base with 1 out.
Yeah, that was a 3-2 changeup, and you would have liked to see maybe a two-seam fastball or something away. He tries to come back and see if he can get a swing. There's that changeup. Good sink. And in the right count, they would have been a great pitch, but you want to try to eliminate base runners, and especially your 9-hole hitter. Let him hit his way on.
Here's Gustavo Nunez. We mentioned earlier he was the hero for Tigres de Lecce in Game 6 of the Dominican Championship Series with a big 2-run homer in the bottom of the 9th inning to send it to extra innings. His team ended up winning. We also mentioned that the skipper Pujols wanted his bat checked for cork or whatever else. It came up clean. The home run stood. And then to show there's no hard feelings, he invited Nunez to join his team coming to the Caribbean Series. And Nunez happily accepted. Hit hard but foul. The count's 1-1.
And Liberato over there, first base, he does run well, unlike Adames. You wonder if he's going to try to get a jump here with one out, maybe try to get into scoring position. A lot of off speed from Bracho. Got that change up in that breaking ball. A little bit better chance of getting a jump on that off speed.
Liberato is back. The Dominican Republic trying to add some insurance here in the bottom of the 8th. Overall, trying to avenge the loss in last year's championship game of the Caribbean Series. A championship game played in Miami at Lone Depot Park. Tough call for Nunez there. He didn't like it. Strike 2.
Tell you what, Cologne, the home plate umpire's done a really nice job. Looks like more of a pitcher's friendly umpire.
I was going to say, it's been a bit of a wide strike zone, but we haven't seen a whole lot of complaints. It's been consistent. That's what you look for, right? And there it is, strike 3 looking. So that's it for Nunez. 2 outs.
Now a good frame from Sanchez, the catcher, bringing that ball back on that outside part of the plate. The previous pitch might have been a little bit further out. That probably caught a little bit of that outside edge.
And intercepts Socrates, Rito. There's a strike to start him off. Brito has a base hit and 3 at-bats. Singled back in the first inning. Struck out in the 4th, grounded out in the 6th. Some gaudy numbers this year in winter ball. Just missed, 1-1. Looking ahead to the 9th inning, Venezuela will have its 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up. Rondon, Vasquez, and Perez. But first they have to get out of this. They're keeping a close eye on Liberato over there at first.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I mean, you don't want to take the bat out of Burrito's hand. The ball doesn't really carry there in Mexicali, so the chances of him hitting a home run, probably not great. You would love to get him into scoring position, especially right now. You have a 1-1 count, usually is an off-speed count.
Gets a fastball, but it misses.
Instead, he gets a fastball away.
No one said this was easy to predict. There's Albert Pujols, the skipper for the Dominican Republic. You figure he's got a future in the majors as a manager?
I'm sure if he wants to, somebody's going to give him a shot.
2-1 pitch, fouled out of play.
And I would imagine the St. Louis Cardinals, if he wanted to manage, I know they have Marmol right now. I'm sure they would love to have Albert Pujols as their skipper at some point, if that happens.
He would certainly sell tickets, that's for sure. He's beloved in that city. 2-2. Ground ball up the middle. It's going to sneak through for a base hit. Liberato's going to round second and head to third. The DR's got something cooking here in the bottom of the 8th.
I mean, you look at Pujols, manager of the DR. You had Yadi Molina last year, who was the manager of Puerto Rico. Well, it's just a fastball up in the zone. Really nice job, shorten his swing, take it right back up the middle. Great job from Liberato going first to third.
And with 2 outs, look who the DR has in a clutch spot coming to the plate. Don't you know it's Robinson Cano?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the reasons why they're going to go out there Have a little conversation with Bracho. Just be a little careful with Cano. Even though it's first to third, you want to try to lead this as a two-run game. You have that open base at second. You almost like, okay, hey, if you get behind, let's go with the off-speed away, make him try to hit your pitches, maybe get himself out. You know, Cano, even though at 42, can still swing the bat.
He's one of those guys who was a reinforcement for this series. Was not a player on Albert Pujols' Leonis Del Escondido team during the regular season, but they added him on, and appropriately so. First and third, 2 outs. Big spot for Robbie. Takes a strike. Bracho gets the sign from Sanchez. Swung on. Looper to left field. And it will be caught out there in left by Rondon. And that will do it for the bottom of the 8th. It remains a 2-run game. Last licks time for Venezuela when we come back in a 2-0 game.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I going to feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
In this gig, you get comfortable being uncomfortable. The enemy is always adapting. Hey, handsome. Always iterating.
Oh, look. Great blue heron.
Oh, your favorite.
You know, when I go, I'd like to leave some money to the local bird conservancy.
Oh, that's a beautiful legacy to leave.
Doesn't count. Generous, but final wishes need to be more finalized. What you need is a will. Luckily, Trust and Will makes it easy to create a legally valid, state-specific document that actually counts. Ooh, what's that?
That's a duck.
Start your will at trustandwill.com now and make it count.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is still available with the Big Smasher Burger, and it's still just $10.99. So if it's all this or a drive-through, come on, it ain't rocket surgery, it's Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
The Caribbean Series continues on MLB Network.
And listen to this crowd.
See which nation has what it takes to claim Winter Ball's international crown. Puerto Rico, Mexico, tonight 11 Eastern, live on MLB Network.
Back in Mexicali, the Eagles nest, and Fernando Abad will try to close things out for the DR. He's a veteran of quite a few Major League seasons, and he's being trusted to hold this 2-0 lead as we go to the top of the 9th inning.
Yeah, about 39 years old.
Spring chicken.
11 years in the big leagues. His last pitch in 2023 in Colorado. 6 ball games, 406 big league ball games. Only 6 of those were starts.
He's a guy you want to use out of the bullpen for sure in a big spot like this. Apologies for the technical difficulties. We're back right away for Abad. You didn't miss a thing. First pitch strike to Rondon to start the top of the 9th inning. Fouled away, 0-2.
A nice job by Joe Corbett. He walked the leadoff hitter for Venezuela, and then he came back and struck out the next 3. Inning, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. Seeing the high leverage pitchers out of that Dominican Republic bullpen.
It's been a great day of pitching all the way around for the DR. 0-2, fouled away. Brooks Hall started it. 5 scoreless innings, only 3 hits. Followed by Joaquin, then Colomé, then Corbett. And now Abad to try to close things out. You want to get that first guy out. Started him with 2 straight strikes, misses with a ball right there.
Abad in his career, only 2 major league saves. He's been one of those situational lefties. Always more appearances than innings.
Two the count. The players are moving with the music between pitches as well. 2-2. Just missed inside. 3-2. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Fernando Abad gets the leadoff hitter.
A little two-seam fastball away. Yeah, watch this. There's Mejia setting up on the outside part of the play. Actually looked like a changeup. 3-2 change. Down and away.
Great pitch. We mentioned Abad has plenty of major league experience, pitched with 8 different teams. Career low ERA of 1.57 for the Oakland A's in 2013. He knows his way around big spots. He's in one here. Gets a pop-up down the right field. Line, is it playable? Nope. Out of play. But it's a first pitch strike, 0-1. Fans fighting for that souvenir. A lot of them wearing Mexico jerseys. Don't forget, later tonight, it's Mexico and Puerto Rico. Where you're watching this one, you can see that one. 11 p.m. start on the East Coast, 8 p.m. Pacific. Swing and maybe a foul tip. Strike 2.
Oh, good off-speed pitch. Take it a little bit off, that slider down and away. He's always been a strike thrower, not a whole lot of walks in his career.
He has an even slower pitch by that than that, I read. He has an ephus pitch. I don't know if he's going to break it out here, but he has one. A 55-mile-an-hour ephus pitch he calls his super changeup. That wasn't it. It's hit in the air to center field. Easy play out there for Liberato. 2 down. The Dominican Republic is just 1 win away from taking the first game of the 2025 Caribbean Series. Albert Pujols will have his first victory in a Caribbean Series as manager, but they need to get one more out, and the batter is Hernan Perez. He was a member of the all-tournament team a year ago for Venezuela, the team that won the championship over the DR. The Dominicans looking to get revenge here in this opening game. First pitch strike from Abad. Checked his swing, 1-1.
They're going to go back to that changeup. There you see those 4 fingers.
Hit in the air. Right center field. Liberato calls for it and makes the catch, and that will do it. Albert Pujols has his first victory as a manager in the Caribbean Series And the Dominican Republic takes game one by the final score of 2-0. An outstanding game from a pitching standpoint for the Dominican Republic. Venezuela with just 5 hits. The Dominican Republic puts up 2 in the bottom of the 7th. That was enough, and the DR has the victory.
Yeah, great job on both sides. The starting pitchers, Castillo for Venezuela, 6 shutout innings. You look at Hall for the Dominican Republic, 5 innings of shutout baseball. Great job by the bullpen. And you look at that 7th inning, the DR was able to come through with 2 hits. A big day for Francisco Mejia with 3 hits in that RBI. That last one, a triple in the 7th. Venezuela had the opportunity in the 6th where they got the first 2 runners on, 2nd and 3rd, nobody out. Could not put one across. This game's under 2.5 hours, Doug. You got to like the start. I mean, it's not even a pitch clock.
No, it moved quickly. It did move quickly, but it was a well-played game on both sides. Strong defense, strong pitching. Timely hitting from the Dominican Republic in the 7th. Mejia is your hero, the catcher, with a single, double, and triple. 3 for 3 with a run scored and a big RBI. And the Dominican Republic took them a year to get revenge on Venezuela after that championship game from a year ago, but they got it by the final score of 2-0.
Yeah, and with only 5 teams here in the Caribbean Series last year, it was 7, so you're not going to see usually the same team twice. Here, you may see them 2 or 3 times, so I'm sure they're going to get a chance, Venezuela will, to try to get back the DR at some point during this week. But a great opening game here in the Caribbean Series.
It goes to the Dominican Republic by the final score of 2-0. So glad you were with us. Don't forget, another game tonight at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Mexico against Puerto Rico. Come back for that. That'll do it from us. For Doug Wright, I am Doug Wright. For Jeff Nelson, so long, everybody.
Baseball player, loves baseball, eats, sleeps, and drinks baseball.
It's August, and that means Bregman's going to get going. Bregman drives one. Ball game over up on the train track. Mayhem capped by Breggy.
Bregman continues a phenomenal season at the hot corner. Backhanded by Bregman, long throw, and he got it. Bregman with the throw right on the money.
How about Alex Bregman?
Bregman with the heroics.
The more things change, the more things stay the same. Alongside Emmy Award winner Tom Verducci, I'm Adnan Burke. It's great to have you with us here on MLB Tonight. The last time I saw Tom, winter meetings in Dallas, it was last year, and Alex Bregman's on the market. Pete Alonso, where they're going to go? We're still asking those questions.
Nothing has changed. By the way, I know you're a big movie guy.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day coming up on Sunday. Mm-hmm. Do you watch Groundhog Day on Groundhog Day?
I should do. I love Bill Murray. Ned Ryerson. We have a great Groundhog Day segment coming up, Tom's right, in honor of the movie and in honor of baseball themes. Well, as we mentioned, Alex Bregman's still out there. Good news is Jorge Polanco is back with the Seattle Mariners. So there was some move made today. Now, how does it impact things? Well, Chandler Rome tweeting, the Astros seriously pursued Jorge Polanco with plans to play him primarily at second base and move Jose Altuve to left field. Attention now turns toward Alex Bregman. To that end, Bob Nightingale tweeting, while it seems almost inevitable that first baseman Pete Alonso returns to the Mets, the Detroit Tigers and Boston Red Sox loom as co-favorites for third baseman Alex Bregman with no movement in the Astros talks. And one more tweet here for you. Michael Schwab tweeting, the Astros have not upped their offer and are not budging from $156.6 for Bregman. The talks have slowed down with no resolution in sight. If Bregman wants to come to Houston, he needs to accept that offer. Well, it wasn't that long ago. You were telling me, hey, Boston would make a lot of sense. Look at his numbers at Fenway Park, the regular season, over 1,200 OPS. Boston's still out there, so are the Tigers, as it feels like for some reason he doesn't want to go back to Houston, at least for now.
Yeah, and listen, we're heading into February now, so the deeper we get into this offseason, the more it becomes the buyer's market. So I'm not sure there's going to be bidding wars at this stage. Mm-hmm. But I will say Alex Bregman is a guy, I think, if you're looking for a long contract, and we saw it, the 6-year offer from Houston, he has the kind of skills, to me, that are really sustainable, that give you confidence he's going to continue to produce. Let's take a look at some of his percentile ranks in baseball. Of course, outs above average defense, absolutely great at third base. This guy plays third base like a shortstop. But, of course, we saw that back in college, right? LSU, outstanding shortstop. He can go to the other side of the field and play second if you want to put him there, no problem. How about his strikeout percentage? This guy puts the ball in play. 94th percentile in strikeout rate. He just commands the strike zone so well. Bat-to-ball skills, well, they can measure that with something called the squared-up percentage. It's basically how many times you get on the barrel and bat. And once again, he's in that higher percentage, 96th percentile. That is sustainable, and a big part of this is his strike zone discipline. It's outstanding. Now, you see the chase rate. That actually was a little bit low for him, 82nd percentile. He's normally in the 90s. That was really a function of the first couple of months of the season when he struggled. And then there's this. This is what I think of when I think of Alex Bregman. Crawford boxes, left field, home run. This ball's not crushed by any means. Basically 92 miles per hour, 337. But that's gone. He is so quick to the ball inside. Really short swing. Gets the ball elevated to pull side so well. Just ask Logan Gilbert. He knows all about this. If you go back to 2022, yeah, this is the kind of pitcher you're like, I didn't think that was out. Well, it's Houston. How about the next year, 2023? That's not out, is it? Yeah, that's out too. And in 2024, even on the road, this is a literal fence scraper. Another home run. Poor Logan Gilbert. Doesn't give up many, but Bregman got him each year to the pull side. But this might surprise you, a little counterintuitive. His career home road splits do not suggest he's a product of that ballpark in Houston. Very even. That surprised me when I saw this numbers, and that's obviously a huge sample size. But look at his expected home runs. You take his expected home runs in the last 3 seasons, and yes, Houston does play more favorable. Citizens Bank Park, another really good park for right-handed pull hitters. And check out Fenway Park there as well. That's one that caught my attention as well. Let's go back to Philly, though. I don't think he's going to Philly at this stage in the offseason, but, man, this is another place that's set up for his swing really well. And he has hit well there, going back to the World Series a couple of years ago. But Boston, man, this is the perfect fit because he doesn't have to change anything. I remember Wade Boggs telling me once when he got drafted by the Red Sox, he's like, it's perfect because he had an inside-out swing, hit the ball the other way. Same with Bregman. There's no adjustment to going to Fenway Park. Pull side as good as anybody in the game, gets the ball in the air. Singles become doubles, doubles become home runs, slugging percentage goes up. How about this? The numbers back it up. 20 starts at Fenway. He has the highest OPS in the history of Fenway Park. And then they put that place up in 1912. It's been around for a long time. And this guy's got the highest OPS in Fenway Park. I think it's a great fit, whether you want him at third base or second base. I think Toronto's in the mix. You saw the numbers there at Rogers Center, or whatever they're calling it these days, is right up there as well. So lots of options for him. But I do agree with some of the tweets we saw there that the longer this goes on, the more likely it seems that both Bregman and Alonso go back to their incumbent teams.
Yeah, the fact that Fenway's been around since the Titanic tells you all you need to know about that. It was Bregman specifically, Tom. How about the Tigers? I'm only intrigued by it because they were a surprise team a season ago. Their offense, to me at least, is still limited. They still need a big bat there. If I'm pairing him with Riley Green and others, that feels better for me. He'll be an impact bat, veteran presence. What about Detroit? Yeah,
I love the fit. A.J. Hinch is there, his former manager. You mentioned this, that they're pitching, I love, top to bottom, but they are probably one bat short there, and they could use Bregman's leadership as well. I just don't like the fit in the ballpark there. It's fine if you accept the fact that his numbers are going to go down. I don't think there's any doubt in that park. It's just tough for a right-handed hitter, but he brings all those other intangibles and tangibles to the Tigers that makes that a good fit as well. But again, I don't think we're in a bidding war here. If I'm Detroit, if I'm Boston, if I'm Toronto, I can just sit back and keep my offer out there. Where do you want to go, Alex?
And it felt like Houston, once they made that Presley trade, they were creating cap flexibility, so to speak, to get Bregman in there. But that hasn't been the case as of yet. We shall see. Meantime, Michael King, absolute stud for the Padres. They not only reached an agreement on a one-year deal with he and the Padres, but also have a mutual option with him for 2026. He had a remarkable season a year ago. The unique deal pays King $1 million. That's right, a $3 million signing bonus and a $15 million mutual option with a large buyout, according to Kevin Acee. That gives the Padres payroll flexibility in 2025 to avoid trading him. He's eligible for free agency after the season. $1 million for a guy who is absolutely lights out. It's not often. Sometimes this happens, Tom. You make a trade. We got to trade Juan Soto. Let's make sure we get value back. Well, they certainly did. A.J. Preller knew what Soto provided, and King was great, not only in the regular season, but also in the playoffs.
Yeah, give the Yankees credit the year before. Remember, they put him in the rotation towards the end of the season. That got his value up because he showed San Diego what he could do given the chance. And boy, did he come through. Now, I know a lot of people are looking at the innings jump for Michael King and went up, 60, 70 innings. I'm not that worried about it. Listen, I pay a lot of attention to those kinds of things. But Michael King did throw 140, 160 innings in minor league seasons when he was a starter. He's also 29, turning 30 in May. I worry more about those young guys who have never gotten to those numbers before and are still, just still growing, literally, 22, 23, 24. I don't worry so much about Michael King. His stuff, he maintained it throughout, all the way through the last month of the season. So, reminds me a lot of Corey Kluber, a slingshot, side armor guy, commands the ball really well. Listen, I would disagree, though. I think the fact that he's working for a $1 million salary,
it increases the chance you can trade him.
I think it increased because I think it speaks to what the Padres need to do. Either Dylan Cease or Michael King are likely to be traded before opening day. I just think there's too much buzz about them. And if I'm a general manager knowing I have to move a starting pitcher, I do not want to wait until July. I can do that with a relief pitcher, but it's a risk to take a guy who's going to be a free agent who has value right now and play the first half of the season hoping he stays healthy. That's a risk with any starting pitcher I wouldn't want to take. To me, it reminds me of Corbin Burns. Well, Milwaukee didn't want to move him, but smartly did so to Baltimore before the year started.
So Michael King could be in the move, or Dylan Cease. This week from J.P. Morosi. The Cubs have spoken to the Padres about Dylan Cease as they reported MLB Hot Stove this morning. The Cubs are an interesting team right now. They just got Presley, of course, in the Astros. Got Kyle Tucker as well from the Astros. So they're looking to improve. After a year ago, it was just a manager was their big improvement. How about Dylan Cease potentially going to Chicago?
Yeah, listen, I think he's very similar to me to Corbin Burns. You look over the last 4 years, he's made 32 starts every year. What I really liked is first year under Ruben Niebla out there in San Diego, the lowest walk rate of his career. So I think if you're the Cubs, you're all in on Dylan Cease because this is a very good rotation. But Dylan Cease goes to the top of this list, and I love Shota, but I think Dylan Cease has that swing and miss stuff you want because right now the Cubs are thinking postseason. He's a game one starter for me because he misses bats, and like I said, I think you're looking at a breakout season. Not that he hasn't been great before. He's had Cy Young votes in 2 seasons, so it's not like he's a hidden gem here. But I think looking at his walk rate and the way he improved it, it was better than league average for the first time in his career last year. He's on the cusp of really breaking out big.
So most strikeouts in Major League Baseball since the start of 2021. Ahead of Burns, you mentioned Aaron Nola, Zach Wheeler, and Kevin Gausman. Feels like the higher price tag would be for Cease than for King if you're an opposing team?
Yeah, I mean, longer track record. Yeah, sure. But listen, I would take either one of those because Michael King, as well as a guy we've seen him misses bats. I mean, he's a handful. Leagues saw him at, going through a second time and still didn't adjust to his stuff.
And I'll give A.J. Preller credit. When it looks like he has to deal a guy, he won't rebuild. He'll retool. He'll find his strength somewhere else and try to implement everyday player prospect, perhaps. San Diego looks like they're going to make a move. All right. Also from Mark Feinstein, William Contreras and the Brewers have settled to avoid arbitration. Contreras will receive $6 million in 2025 with a $12 million club option for 2026. He had filed for $6.5 million, and the Brewers filed at $5.6 million. Good news there for Contreras and the Brewers.
Yeah, especially getting that club option there in that second year.
Still to come here at MLB tonight. That's right, the Dodgers keep on signing everybody and anybody available, including Kirby Yates, who was one of the best relievers in baseball last year. We'll find out why he chose L.A. when we come back.
Oh, that's very,
Right?
This store doesn't have agent force, so an AI agent didn't tip off the stylist as to what I might actually wear.
Yes.
Ooh, that's a commitment. Hey, bud, what do you think?
People can see you out here.
Yeah, right. Love you too.
Agent Force helps retailers prevent fashion fails. It's what AI was meant to be.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, serves up bottomless chips and salsa, a drink, and the delicious Big Smasher Burger with twice the beef of a Big Mac. Maybe they should change that name. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy, like while you're lounging on the couch, easy. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you, one question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $199. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
All right, trainees, let's say Glenn is a customer.
I'm a customer in this scenario.
What do we do?
Protect what's important to him.
And how do we do this?
We help with car, home,
Both.
RV coverage.
Great, apply coverages. Because you never know what life is going to surprise you with at 90 miles per hour.
Did Coach say 90?
Push him out there.
You've got this, Glenn.
Am I going to feel this? I felt that.
Is he okay?
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
Oh, he's moving.
Dreams begin here. Welcome to the Good Night Club.
Thursday, a devastating work stoppage roils fans until two sluggers' quest to break the single-season home run record brings the game back from the brink. Baseball, directed by award-winning documentarian Ken Burns. Thursday at 7:30 Eastern.
It's time for Pitch, Hit, and Run, the official youth skills competition of Major League Baseball. Give the kids in your community a chance to flex their superpowers, and they could earn a trip to the national finals at the 2025 World Series presented by Capital One. So go ahead, be the one who powers their dreams, and sign up to host the local Pitch, Hit, and Run event. It's a free and fun way to promote baseball, softball, and your organization. To learn more, go to pitchhitrun.com.
King, Coyote, Quan, and Kirby. Players 80 through 61 on the top 100 feature plenty of Ks. Also on the list, plenty of Ks. The top 100 players right now, Tuesday, only on MLB Network. The Caribbean Series continues on MLB Network.
And listen to this crowd.
See which nation has what it takes to claim Winter Ball's international crown. Puerto Rico, Mexico, tonight 11 Eastern, live on MLB Network.
Baseball highlights in the middle of winter. Sign me up. Venezuela and Dominican Republic. That's right, taking place in the Caribbean Series, which you can have seen on MLB Network. 5-7, Francisco Mejia triples to right. Jose Marmolejo scores, and the Dominican Republic taking a 1-0 lead.
By the way, they did not hit the cutoff man there, so Mejia gets the third, and that allows him to score on the wild pitch. No!
Yeah,
Yes.
Junior Lake is up. Mejia scores from third. DR goes up 2-0, and then the top of the ninth. Another more major leaguer, Fernando Abad, closing, facing Hernan Perez, will flat to center, and the Dominican Republic wins this game 2-0 in the 2025 Caribbean Series. And again, this is some great games here going on, and some names you'll know: Billy Hamilton, Eddie Rosario, Manny Benuelos is playing for Mexico. They'll take on Venezuela on Saturday. Dominican Republic will then face Japan, and on Sunday, Japan versus PR, and DR will take on Mexico. Again, all those times Eastern, right here on MLB Network. Well, the LA Dodgers, they see somebody available, they're going to sign them. Kirby Yates was fantastic a season ago, an ERA just over 1.117 with 33 saves and a .83 up in 61 2/3 innings. He certainly bounced back after an injury-plagued 2023 to become, again, one of the more elite relievers in the game. 1 year, $13 million to be in LA. Sign me up, says Kirby.
This kind of struck home a little bit. I mean, you know, my dad grew up down the street. My mom's from Newport. They've been Dodger fans when they were little. You know, my grandpa was a diehard Dodger fan. And so, you know, this hadn't really sunk into a few days ago to kind of understand the meaning of this behind my family. I mean, my phone has not stopped since, you know, it was announced. And there's a lot of people that are close to me that are very, very excited, including myself. Look, you got some pretty dominant guys in that whole pen. You know, I think, you know, Dave and Doc, whoever, will come up with a plan to probably go into the season with something. You know, bullpens kind of always situate themselves as the season goes on, and guys will slide in the roles. Guys will get comfortable into what they're doing, and you know, that from my experience, that's kind of how bullpens situate themselves.
Nice to the lineage there for Kirby Yates and why he chose Los Angeles. This has been their offseason additions. It has been staggering to say the least. You throw in your Yates, your Conforto, your Trimes, but then you get your Blake Snells, your Tanner Scotts. Teoscar Hernandez re-signs, of course, Roki Sasaki, a relatively small deal right now, but could make a massive impact on this team. Oscar nominations were announced last week. If you had to pick a movie to describe the Dodgers, it would be Wicked, because that's exactly how the rest of the league is viewing them, and they think they're wicked awesome right now. You always hear that expression, Tom, in April. Well, you can't lose the pennant in April. And similarly, some might say you can't win the winter. But I think in the Dodgers case, you might be able to make that case.
Yeah, and it's not a complete unknown.
Very good.
Because these are known quantities, but I don't think the Dodgers are like overpaying. They're paying market rates. They just happen to be the most attractive place for a free agent if you want to win.
Yeah.
So when I look at that, we ask all the time, can you win the World Series in the winter? Well, it helps. I know there's no guarantee, but going back, looking at who spent the most money on free agents in the last decade, you see some won the World Series up there. I mean, the Dodgers last year, of course, Ohtani was $700 million of that $1 billion that they spent. Going back to the Cubs in 15-16, I think that was Jason Hayward added to that group, and his clubhouse speech in Game 7 was worth the investment right there.
Exactly.
But yes, you can upgrade in the offseason. The Mets are trying to do that this year. Some other times, with Texas, it took a couple of years for the payoff to come. But yes, I think when I look at the Dodgers, Adnan, I see a team that is just so deep. You heard Kirby talk about the closing situation. That'll work itself out. Same with the rotation. Dave Roberts is a master at using depth to the Dodgers' advantage. No one ever gets overused out there because they are so deep. So to me, it doesn't matter whether it's Tanner Scott or Phillips or Yates. They have multiple, Kopech, they have multiple options to close a game. They'll probably wind up using all of them at some point. I suspect for me, Tanner Scott primarily the closer, but I wouldn't anoint him as just the guy.
And I think you're right about the fact it's not like they're wildly overpaying. It's not like Kirby Yates is getting $60 million. 1 year, $13 million is very fair value for a guy who put up those numbers a season ago. You mentioned the bullpen. How about their starting staff? If healthy, look at the names that they're trotting out there. When you're looking at Ohtani, Sasaki, Yamamoto, Snell, Glasnow, that's your five. That's incredible.
Yeah, you go back to last year, nobody threw more than 140 innings for the Dodgers rotation. That was Gavin Stone, who broke down at the end of the year with the shoulder. And by the time you got to Game 5 of the World Series, they were running out of pitching. Don't forget, Walker Buehler closed the World Series on 1 day of rest. If the Yankees tied that game, Kike Hernandez was pitching the next inning of a tied World Series Game 5 at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
That's how short they were. But you look at the options they have now, and I think they're covered, Adnan. I really do. And I think even if they get to October with, say, 4 of their top 5 starters, I think they're going to be very difficult to beat because all those guys have ace-type stuff. I'm talking swing and miss stuff. Any of them can be a Game 1 starter. So they can match up their 4 against your 1 and still have an advantage.
And one of the best pitchers of his generation is still out there. Clayton Kershaw hasn't even signed yet.
Well, we forgot about him. The Dodgers haven't. He'll probably be back around midseason.
Yeah.
But I will say this right now. I don't think any of those pitchers are going to throw more than 130 innings this year. I really don't think so.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. They can win 100 games with the roster they have. It's about who's healthy when they get to September and October.
And you're right. That's right. I think that's how Dave Roberts sells the Mays and the Gonsolins. You guys have a role in this team. You may not be starting Game 1 of the World Series, but you'll be critical in getting us to that spot. So everyone's going to get their shot. We'll see. Dodgers certainly won this offseason. And this nugget here from Anthony DiComo. The Mets have signed infielder Nick Madrigal. That's right, the magician. It's a split contract worth different amounts in the majors or minors. Recently non-tendered, Madrigal plays second and third base and is one of the tougher players in the majors to strike out. So Joel Sherman confirming that. Thank you to Anthony DiComo for that news. Still to come here on MLB Tonight, we're generating some buzz with a nod to Seinfeld. B-movie? Oh, yeah. We're talking about some players who should get a little more buzz. We'll explain why they haven't next.
You're still paying for that one? I forgot about it. Experian shows you all your subscriptions and can cancel the ones you don't want, like Sleepy McStreamy over there. This could save me money. Download the Experian app.
The booking app I used didn't have Agent Force, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside or know what I like to eat, which is not that.
What's up, my brother? Oh, hey, bud. We really needed this rain, right?
Agent Force helps restaurants prevent dining disasters.
Paddle on over.
It's what AI was meant to be.
We got you, brother.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend Pronamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. Try Pronamel mouthwash.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track dirt, mud, sand, and all sorts of other gunk indoors. But now there's a simple solution that won't have you scrambling for the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the pet-perfect anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean it's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat surface is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, perfectly protecting the floor underneath, leaving your floors clean and dry. Its durable super grip underside means Muddy Mat stays put, even when your pal is tearing around. Perfect for any floor surface. Slip Muddy Mat under your pal's food dish to absorb runaway crumbs and water, or use it in the bathroom as a home base for drying off. Muddy Mat can even be a perfect addition to catch spills in the kitchen. Once Muddy Mat has trapped all the mess, just toss it in the washing machine. It's machine washable and dryable. So easy.
I love the Muddy Mat. There's no mud or dirt on the floor or on Piper's paws. It's on the Muddy Mat.
My mom used to make me clean up after sunning it, and now I don't need to.
Being able to keep that mop and bucket put away is a lifesaver.
Muddy Mat is the simple anti-mud mat that also stops dirt, grass, sand, and more at the door. Stop wasting money on those ordinary mats. Super absorbent and built to last, Muddy Mat lets you spend less time mopping and more time romping with your four-legged friend. Reduce the mess caused by your pet and get the easy solution to keeping any of your floors clean and dry. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get one Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $19.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $19.95 each.
Visit shopmuddymat.com or call 1-800-815-1107.
Metrics show he's got one of the best fastballs.
He has one of the highest sprint speeds in baseball.
Boy, does he bring something different to the game.
Don't miss the StatCast Best of the Season show, Saturday at 7 Eastern.
As the calendar month turns almost to February, that's right, more and more teams getting set to pack it up and pack it in. Let's go. The Texas Rangers, who won the World Series in 2023, getting all their gear packed up and getting ready for spring training. We saw the Blue Jays leaving Rogers Center for Dunedin earlier this week, and now the Rangers doing the same, leaving Globe Life Field. Meantime, there's still some names out there who have not signed. Pete Alonso, well documented, but so is Anthony Rizzo, Justin Turner, Jose Iglesias, Alex Bregman, we talked about earlier in the show, Tommy Pham, Alex Verdugo, former Yankee, and J.D. Martinez, who everywhere he goes, he hits as a DH. And how about some free agent pitchers still out there on the market? Jack Flaherty, Kenley Jansen as a closer. Maybe some buzz about Lance Lynn being a closer. Nick Pivetta for the Red Sox. Dave Robertson bounced back last year. Clayton Kershaw, as Tom said earlier, likely will be back with the Dodgers midseason. And Jose Quintana, the lefty, is out there as well. Of all these names, Tom, I would argue the one that's the most puzzling to me, like we talked a lot about Alonzo Bregman, but how is Jack Flaherty still out there? This guy was a 13-game winner season ago.
I'm with you, and it's been a hot market for starting pitching, and it started out that way as well. And I think, when I saw the contract Luis Severino signed with Oakland, I looked at the numbers, very similar to Jack Flaherty over the last 3 years. Very similar story, similar ages, 29 years old. I thought he pitched really well for both Detroit and L.A. Ran out of gas a little bit in the postseason, to be expected. Didn't pitch great. He did have a good game in the postseason, but didn't pitch great in the postseason. But to me, he showed the innings that he threw last year. That's the regular season, so tack on another 15 or so in the postseason. He got around 170, 180 innings. Showed he was healthy. 29 years old, misses bats. I mean, why is someone not taking a flyer on Jack Flaherty?
How about the Orioles? They need another starter. He pitched them in 2023.
I think it comes down to length of contract. Right now, there's a one-size-fits-all for the older pitchers, the Charlie Mortons, the Verlanders, the Scherzers, getting the one-year, $15 million deals. I think Jack, and rightly so, believes
a multi-year deal?
He can get a multi-year deal. Why just take a one-year deal? Maybe you can get a 3-year deal somewhere with an opt-out after one. And maybe you go back to Detroit. A lot of success there. That group did a great job. The pitching staff there with Jack Flaherty starting in spring training. Actually, in the offseason, they worked on some mechanical things with him. So there's comfort level there. Listen, they're deep pitching-wise, but I think Jack Flaherty, it turned a corner health-wise and stuff-wise this year.
I like that strike at the walk. 194 Ks, only 38 walks, that'll play. Meantime, Nick Pivetta is a guy who turned down the qualifying offer with the Boston Red Sox, and now he's still out there. Maybe a mistake for him. 103 ERA plus, a 113 whip, 6-12 with a 4.14 ERA, but he threw 145 innings and 172 strikeouts. He's entering his age 32 season. He's pitched with Boston since 2020. Again, moderate-type contract, Tom, but I'm surprised Pivetta's still out there.
Yeah, and like you, I was surprised he did not take that qualifying offer. When they first came out, I thought he and Nick Martinez were slam dunks to take it. Martinez did with the Reds. Pivetta said, no, I want to test the market. And I get it. You look at his stuff, Adnan, and he's really a StatCast darling. The spin on his stuff, the break on his curveball is excellent. We've seen him pitch late in games. We've seen him start and take the ball deep in games. Very versatile type of pitcher. I'm not sure what the market is. Again, we've talked about this with Alonso and Bregman. Yeah. You get to February, and it's not a seller's market. I mean, it's hard to create a bidding war in February. It's like, where can I now get myself into camp, especially if you're a starting pitcher? Yeah. That clock is really running right now.
Maybe the Red Sox bring him back to shore up the rotation, but you're right. Options appear to be limited now for Pivetta. Anthony Rizzo is an interesting one. Guy's always been a class act, clearly well-liked within the game, but his offense has really gone south ever since that collision with Fernando Tatis Jr. 209 average, 589 OPS in 138 games since that incident with Nando back on May 20th, 2023. At this point, Tom, I'm thinking, hey, veteran leadership, some defense, but he's entering his 15th season, age 35.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, not a good year health-wise, missed a lot of time, didn't hit left-handers, didn't have really any power once he did come back in September. But I just think Anthony Rizzo has something to offer a team, and especially from the intangibles point of view.
Yes.
I mean, he's 35 years old. I get it. I looked at a team like Pittsburgh. Why not add an Anthony Rizzo? Even Baltimore. Brandon Hyde, the manager, knows him from the days in Chicago, what he did for those Cubs team when Brandon was managing there. He's not going to start 140 games for you at first base. I get that. But I still think there's more in the tank, health permitting, of course. But again, the leadership skills, the intangibles, off the charts. I want him in my clubhouse, and especially with a young team.
Yes, absolutely. 300 home runs, 900 RBI in 14 seasons, a 123 OPS plus. In his career, Rizzo brings, as you said, those intangibles, as long as some of those tangibles as well. Last one, Tommy Pham. He's been a guy who's been polarizing for some, but wherever he goes, he makes an impact. He's been terrific in the playoffs. There's no question about that. And Tommy Pham, and listen, he's entering his age 37 season. The Royals made the playoffs a year ago. In 37 career postseason games, Tommy Pham hits .315 and .823 OPS. Now, in the regular season, .305 on base, .368 slug, and 116 games. But Tommy played White Sox, Cardinals, and Royals. Went to 3 different places and was still able to be productive.
Yeah, there's a reason why he's played for a lot of teams. That's because teams want him, especially if you're a contender. Adding him, he hits good pitching. He plays the game so darn hard. He's a guy that contenders love to have around. And if I'm not even a contender, I'd like to have him because I can flip him at the deadline. He's always going to have value. He brings those intangibles, the toughness. And again, I think he hits good pitching. I think he rises to moments. It's curious to me why he's not in somebody's camp. He's definitely worth a flyer for somebody.
Yeah, bring him back to Kansas City, run it back in 2025. We'll see. Those are still some names out there as the calendar turns to February, just under 2 weeks away from spring training and pitchers and catchers reporting. When we come back, yeah, the Mets won the Juan Soto sweepstakes, but how about the finalists and their plan Bs? We break down how the Yankees, Jays, and Red Sox fared after coming up short for Juan. That's next.
What are we doing today, Coach?
So, today we're going to work on our checking on...
Oh. Sorry, I heard checking.
A bit of a misunderstanding.
I meant checking on how we can help save our customers money on their car insurance.
And whether they need car, home, boat, or pet coverage.
Precisely. Now, let's go again. Susan?
Always wanted to do that.
My turn.
Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
Best day of training so far.
How's your elbow?
It's killing me.
Protect against RSV with Arexvy. Arexvy is a vaccine used to prevent lower respiratory disease from RSV in people 60 years and older. Arexvy does not protect everyone and is not for those with severe allergic reactions to its ingredients. Those with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects are injection site pain, fatigue, muscle pain, headache, and joint pain. Arexvy is #1 in RSV vaccine shots. RSV? Make it Arexvy.
What the biggest companies deliver is an exceptional customer experience. What makes it possible is unmatched connectivity and 5G solutions from T-Mobile for Business. T-Mobile connects 100,000 Delta Airlines employees, powers Tractor Supply's stores nationwide with reliable 5G business internet, and partners with PGA of America on game-changing innovation. This is how business goes further. T-Mobile for Business.
Girl, I've been so lost, it's
Just like up in my place. I know you've not